Hello, everybody. Let's see here. There we go. How's everybody doing? It's us again. Welcome. I see a whole bunch of people in the chat, which really makes me very happy. So I'm so glad to see you guys. I want to welcome Chuck Middleton, Brian, and Dub Wilkinson to the show. Welcome, guys.
Hello, Brian. Good to hear you guys. Michelle, good to be here.
Yep. And, we are expected to have a special guest today. We're just gonna see if he can get. I don't think he's ever tried to be on a live stream before, so I think he's going to be trying to work that out. So let's see if we can get him on. That would be Ron, just a voice. But I wanted to say hello to Johnny, All the World's a Stage, Wendy, Seven. Let's see here, Mary, Ann, Hebrews, Cindy, On the Level, Jeanette, Awake. You're awake, yay, Raleigh. Yeah, so yeah, welcome everybody. So yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about weather modification, and not a little bit, but we do have some videos tabbed up. I think we've decided to play the long one, and then we're going to go back and forth with it.
Weather modification.
Yeah. I love your avatar.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a perfect one.
That's Greta Musk.
Greta Musk. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, so I hope everybody's doing good. And yeah, we were going to kind of, they're hitting, they're hitting a lot of places with tornadoes and that kind of stuff. So, that I think that goes along with the weather modification. So, I think they're the ones that create all this. That's just my opinion, YouTube. Yep. But what do I know, right?
Just trust the science.
Yeah.
Still learning. We're all still learning. But yeah, welcome everybody. How are you, Chuck?
Doing good. I got the day off tomorrow.
That's good.
It's always good.
And you, Brian? You, Greta?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Is that what we asked?
Yeah.
I got some background noise. Sorry.
No,
yep, I'm doing good.
You always do. That's good. You got kids. What do you expect?
Video games back there, I hear.
Yeah. And Dub Wilkinson.
Doing good, thank you.
Okay. We heard from Dub for once. I'm kidding. Anyway, so I don't know if we should. So what's been going on? Anybody want to add to what's been going on? I know Chuck and I were talking earlier, and he's like, "What do you want to talk about today?" And I was like, "I don't know. Everything's just so there. It's like
blah blah blah." Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we got.
Yeah, we're getting some crazy weather here coming this week. So it was like 80s all last week, and it was hot. And then it's going to drop down into the 60s this week and 40s at night, which is just it's a whiplash. You know what I mean? From 80s, 60s to 60s, 40s. Yep.
Well,
there he is.
Welcome, Ron. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're
I've
okay?
never done this before. I get a funny looking thumbnail like you guys got.
Yeah, I'll cut my camera off. You look good, man. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
I've never done this, so bear with me here.
No, you're fine.
You're doing a fine job, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to have. We love seeing your face, so that's no big
Hit
deal.
that camera. There's a camera button down there. You can hit it, and then you can make your own avatar. You know what I mean? Just push that button that says camera. if you don't want to like, there you go.
There you
Yeah, it says
go.
R for Ron. Yeah, so
So yeah, you can do the R for Ron, or you could show your face on camera. It's up to you. I never
Okay.
want to show my face. So you're good.
Probably run smoother without having to show a video too.
Right.
Yeah. Ron,
So
have you met Brian before? And Dub?
Pardon? I've just heard him on the live stream here.
Well, nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Ron.
Same here.
and Doug Wilkinson, he's right next to me.
Yeah, I figured that. I watched your videos about that tornado coming through there.
Yeah. So
Getting crazy.
it is. I think they're they're
They know what they're doing. Remember
yeah.
Hurricane Irma? They
I
knew
do.
6 days in advance when it come off land that it was going to come all the way across the ocean, get up to Cuba, make a right-hand turn, and go straight up the Keys. What did it do? Exactly what they said it was going to do 6 days before that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
know
know. They know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally believe. I think they're they modify all the weather. Obviously, they're creating all this. They're destroying all this. That's what they want. I remember. I don't know how many years ago it was. It was probably, I'm going to say, oh wow, maybe 6 years ago when the Bahamas got hit. Do you guys remember that? That storm that went over the Bahamas, and the hurricane or just the storm. It was a hurricane, I believe, and it stood still for like, I don't know how many hours, and just destroyed it. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I mean, storms don't just stay still. They move.
No.
They move. So, but yeah. So yeah,
Hey, here,
go ahead.
this is a different subject, but I just put up a short video. I'm blocked on Just the Voice right now. Just the Voice 5. I got a strike. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Just the Voice 4. The ISS. I was watching a video today, and it dawned on me. The man's hair never stands up like the woman's.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That is a
Have
really
you ever noticed that?
That's a really good point. Their hair is always standing still.
A man's not. I just put up a short video on that, and it's crazy. I went through a lot of footage today and pics. You will not find one man's hair standing up. They're all parted, laying down nice and neat.
It's because the men don't use hairspray, man. You know.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Good one.
Yeah.
What did you want to say something, Ron, about the weather, man? You sent me a message, something about the race or something.
Oh yeah, here in Indiana, they started Tuesday having the all the local weather channels were predicting bad weather for the
Isn't it
race.
the Indianapolis 500 or something?
Right.
Okay.
And the track's president was even on the TV on the local news for 5 days in advance talking about bad weather hitting it. Well, they had to delay it today because guess what? Bad weather come right across.
Shocker.
Shocker.
They knew 5 days before it was coming.
Just like they know the is coming. You know, they always know when there's another coughing attack coming.
I watched a few videos on that today. It's comical, really, that they're tracking migrant birds, and if they fly over a herd of cattle, they're now going checking the cattle out. You know, because the cows can get it from the birds.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never seen a sniffling chicken ever in my life, or a bird, but it's kind of like, see, now they're testing the sewers to know that there's cases. I mean, like, really?
And weren't they talking about that during the, 4 years ago?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. And I'm just like, they're ramping that up too, which I think is funny because I'm like, so if I travel from Australia to the United States and I go stay with my mother-in-law or my mother for a couple weeks, and then they're going to test the sewer, how are they going to track that to me or track that to anybody? It's so silly.
Well,
So,
I guess it. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll
no,
just be
you're
quiet
fine.
now.
No, you're good, man. Jump in.
Yeah.
On here, you have to interrupt because I'm a loudmouth, and Dub will be here the whole time, and he won't. I have to kind of kick him and tell him you gotta like butt in because we're kind of like that. So yeah, butt in anytime you want.
If they claim it came from a certain neighborhood, claim now, how would they know?
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, they claim it came from this certain neighborhood because there might be somebody they want to get there, and they're just locked down that whole neighborhood.
right.
Yeah.
But what if I'm visiting? I'm not even from the country. You know what I mean?
You're screwed.
I'm just saying, it's just so funny. I just don't. People don't think for themselves, and I'm just like, how can you not? I mean, something's got to register somewhere down the line. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't get it.
And Ron, on here, there's varying delays on the time limits from each person. So it's real easy to interrupt. Two people start speaking at the same time. So if that happens, don't worry about it. It gets corrected and goes on
Okay.
smoothly.
Yeah. So don't worry about interrupting here. We're all good here.
All right, I'm going to take a walk and let my dog go.
Okay. What you can do, Ron, if you want, at the bottom of your screen, there's a mute button. So if you wanted just to mute and then
It says
take it off,
mic. Yeah, it's a mic button.
yeah, it's a mic button. You just click that and you can mute yourself, and then when you come back, you unmute yourself and you're back.
Oh, you want me to just go ahead and mute myself? I was going to leave it on. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
No,
leave
I'm
it
just saying leave it on, but it's like if there's something you needed to do that's real loud or whatever, you can
right. You
mute
can
it.
always mute, and then we don't
Yeah.
hear anything on your side.
Okay, I can do that. Come on, Adam.
But yeah,
Hey, real quick before you go back to the other subject, do any of you guys think they're going to do that again this fall? Y'all think they'll do that again?
I think so.
It's coming.
I don't know when-
about this fall, but it will definitely be back.
I think don't fix it if it ain't broke. I think that would be a very good way to control.
Yes.
Very good way. Even though a lot of people woke up about it and everything, they still can control it. They're in control.
I think they'll use the conventions.
The what?
The conventions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still think. You remember when Trump? Remember when they were roasting him and talking about they can't wait for his inauguration. They were saying like assassination, but then changing it. And I could totally see like a fake assassination or something big this fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I think I truly think he's going to be elected. Well, they're going to put him in there.
Elected or elected.
Yeah,
Elected.
slowly the celebrities and all the stars and everybody are coming out saying that he's their man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Trump, he's my man.
He's going to make America great again. He will. I love you, Mr. President. In case anybody doesn't know or understand, I used to be a very big Trump fan, and until before I actually woke up. So
She was in the process.
Oh,
and that
I was
a
in the
huge
process,
step.
but oh, it was bad. But
In
anyway,
2016, I almost voted for the man, and then he came out and said that Obama was born in the USA.
Yeah, of course. It's gotta follow the line.
Maybe he
Yeah,
was
that
just
woke
into
me
that
up.
song, you know. Born in the USA. Oh,
And recently, when he saw the jumpers and the planes on 9/11,
4 miles away.
that should be a huge eye opener for people.
Well, he is the godfather of the vaccines, everybody.
he had his eagle eye out that night. He could see 4
Right.
miles away.
That's right.
And
Yes,
when
sir.
there wasn't any, that's really difficult for him to have seen.
Yeah, and
It's
then when
funny
he,
how go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
It's funny how all of his fans give him a pass as far as being the grandfather of the, you know what?
Yeah,
The juice.
Red flag laws, you know, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
right.
So,
There you go. Another one. You know, warp speed. When he got the, you know, the himself, and then he was nothing but an advertisement for the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, big pharma.
the big one for me was when his whole campaign was lock her up. And as soon as he was in office, first thing he did was to say that the Clintons were good people and he didn't really want to cause any problems with them.
Don't forget the 5G and beyond.
Oh yeah. Can't forget
Hey,
any
that
of
was
Well-
that was yeah, that was almost like mockery because he talked about putting crooked Hillary in jail.
how
And then
about
that very night he was talking about how great they were.
Constantly.
Space Force?
Yeah, it's farce.
Oh, yeah.
It's space farce on our channel.
Yeah,
Brian.
whatever. All right. Farce.
Just kidding.
Like the TV show?
Space farce.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally crazy. Yeah, I just don't get, because he was seen hugging the American flag, you know, that Getty photo that they have of him, and he's just like always. I mean, he is such the biggest BSer, and yeah, and I'm just it makes me cringe when I look at your picture, Chuck. No kidding. I'm just kidding.
I guess I can change it if you want.
No, you don't. I'm just kidding. Don't make me boot you out because of your picture.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
All right.
But anyway, but yeah. So I don't know. It's just it just I don't get it. I was watching Karam. What is it, Karam? The guy in New York.
Yeah.
That,
Lincoln Karam. Lincoln Karam.
Lincoln, yeah. And you know, he was showing that they said there was 8,000 people at the Trump rally and blah 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 in New York, and he was showing that, and it's just so crazy.
It was supposed to have been 100,000 in New Jersey rally.
I've been to one rally. I do admit.
Well, at least the rally you went to was legit. I remember all the videos of stuff like showing rallies where they have them all like huddled into the middle and they give them all signs and stuff and film that little middle area and make it seem like there's so many more there than there really is.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm telling you, he gets a turnout. I'm telling you, because when I went, oh my gosh. Hi, stupid. Hi, Christopher. Good to see you. Let me see if there's other people that came in that I didn't. Hi, Boo.
What's up,
Good
Chris?
to see you.
Stupid.
Mary.
Got a lot of people in here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just wanted to say hello to you guys.
Hebrews, Ian is in here. Cindy. Cool.
Excuse me.
Your excuse. Hi, Corey. Good to see you. Welcome.
Please don't do that.
All right. So we should wait till Ron gets back. But yeah, we can just BS until Ron gets back, and then we can start the show. And
Who's Lincoln? Lincoln's last video was about no one knowing about the USS Liberty. Anyway,
He's that dude that lives in New York that rides around on his bicycle and does videos.
okay. I don't know, but I'll just say okay.
He did a lot of work in the first round of the sea in New York.
that
Yeah, all right.
one.
I remember, people driving around and showing that the places that were supposed to be taking all these people that were sick were not really full,
He
and
did
they
a
were
lot of
dancing
work.
just like Orlando. Keep on dancing, everyone. You know what I mean?
He shows a lot of. I mean, he's in New York, so he goes around and shows a lot of everything. It's a little bit. What's the word for it? I don't know, but I mean, it's good. Aw. Hi, puppy.
Yes, Ron's back.
Tell him.
He's like, I just gotta walk. But yeah, so
That's a pretty dog.
yeah, he's cute. He's a cute one.
And he's my true friend.
Yeah,
Man's best friend.
yeah. I believe that.
Yeah, I wonder why they named it dog until you turn it around backwards and you know who's your best friend.
Yep.
That's a good point. Very good point. All right, so what do we want to show first? Do we want to
Do the warning one for tomorrow, for Memorial Day. They're gonna try to scare everybody to death.
what's it called? All right. Make sure I got full screen, yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, we're not going to stop with the threat through tonight into tomorrow morning. That line of showers and storms continues to push eastbound. Cold front sort of, I don't want to say that it stalls, but it takes its good old time. And earlier today, if you saw this map here on Fox Weather, you saw one red chunk right here and another red chunk along the southeast. Well, that red has all come together. And so a big portion, a big swath now of the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, and even up into the Delmarva under a 2 out of 5 level threat for severe weather. At least it's not a 3 or 4, but you have to remember, now we're getting into a part of the country that is densely populated. I-95 is always very, very densely traveled. And then you throw in the fact that it's Memorial Day tomorrow, and this could be a major problem from New York through Philly, DC, right through Richmond and portions of Virginia there, like Norfolk. So that's going to be a concern as we head into our third day of this long holiday weekend. And still on the board, the modes of severe weather that we have on the table: tornadoes, damaging wind, and large hail in those areas. The tornadic threat is a little more confined to just north of Philly and just to the south there of Greenville. But the damaging wind threat really in those same areas that I just mentioned that are all under the 2 out of 5 level threat, and same with that large hail threat as well. So we have to be extra concerned with some of that. And in terms of the tornadic threat here, as you get into the Delmarva, yeah, just to nail down some more towns, watch out there, even in the Carolinas, like Raleigh, which is the state capital here. A lot of folks live in that part of the state, right up through DC, Philly, even as far north as Scranton in Pennsylvania. We have to watch out. And so here's your future radar. This is that second batch. That's that round 2 that I've been talking about. As round 1 starts to exit, this is really going to mean business overnight. And then as it continues to push further east into Monday, that's where we could run into some of those issues. And then further south here, there's a lot of heat, a lot of humidity. It's been, and it will be tomorrow in the 80s and even low 90s. So there's going to be plenty of juice, plenty of moisture in the atmosphere for these showers and storms to work.
Hey, pause it.
Did he just say juice?
Juice. Well, yeah, that's, man, I'm telling you, it's been so freaking humid. You were talking about that earlier, Michelle, how humid it is, but that's what fuels these storms. It gets real hot and humid during the day. It seems like it fires them up.
Well, also the rapid evaporation coming out of the power plants and all that stuff, adding humidity to the atmosphere as well. Just like we've seen those videos that, you know, where is it at? Is it in Alabama, somewhere out there down south where they have the NASA cloud generating thing that, you know, anybody ever seen that? It makes rain clouds. Yeah.
Can I butt in here for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
That is, yeah.
Absolutely. That's why you're in the panel.
Back before the Northern Lights that you could see all the way down through the whole continental U.S., I was sitting out in my car because before I got this motorhome, and I couldn't sleep in that house. That house, something's wrong with the air in it. Still, that's why I sold it. But anyhow, Kroger's, the parking lot. The lights in the parking lot were green. This was right before them 2 nights you saw the Northern Lights. They've been messing with this atmosphere. I kid you not, the lights were green. And my neighbor's porch light was green. They've done something to it.
I
It
think that
sounds
has
crazy,
something to do with it. No,
but
I
they
think
were
that
green.
yeah.
Well,
Have y'all noticed those lights they're putting up? All those fluorescent looking green and blue lights and strobe lights everywhere.
Yeah, the
No,
giant
normally
eagle.
these were all white. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we're all talking. It's all good. Giant eagle, I've noticed where I live, this one giant eagle, freaking, its lights they're almost annoying. Like it's so fake blue that it's annoying looking. It bothers your eyes to drive in it at nighttime. Anyway.
But Ron, I think you're onto something with that. You know, talking about the Northern Lights, man. I think that's probably one of their last stages as far as controlling, you know, the
Well,
weather. It has to have something to do with it.
they claim that the harp can do that. I watched the video today. I don't know how to go find it now to give you the link, but they claim that the harp can do that.
Isn't it the Northern Lights, they're playing it off as like solar flare radiation so that they, you know, if they are in control of that, doing that, you know what I mean, and playing with that stuff, then that gives them reason to shut down stuff and be like, oh.
Hey, Michelle, play Mary Quiet put a short about Tornado Alley moving. It's a minute long. That's pretty. See what that is.
all right. Give me a second.
And then you got these storms that move in straight lines as well too, which, you know, that ain't right. Although a storm shouldn't stay still and circle around over and over like it did in Houston a bunch of years ago, it also shouldn't have straight line winds that are wiping stuff out as well. I don't know if anybody's learned about and heard about straight line winds.
Yes,
Yeah, straight line winds. Yep, part of it.
we had some last week.
It's like those straight clouds in the sky, right? You know what I mean?
We have some of those also.
Yeah, we just saw today from our storm. Just I would say a couple blocks down the street on our same road. There's like another travel trailer that's like on the opposite side. A major tree fell on that, knocked it down, and I mean the trailer is still standing, but it's standing forward, and the tree is just like right on top of it. I'm just like, wow. It's like crazy. I was gonna go take pictures, but I was like, yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm telling you guys, they're doing a lot.
We need a wrench.
Okay.
She said they could have controlled the weather as far back as the Vietnam War. They prolonged the monsoon season for tactical advantage.
Well, that Walt Disney Air Force video, that's an old video where they admit to weather modification, right? Like that's an old styled, just the voice and the way it was put together. That ain't from 2010.
Yeah, I'm here. You said just a voice.
Which extends from Texas to the Dakotas and is home to more tornadoes than perhaps anywhere else on Earth. But it appears to be moving. So when warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico and cold, dry air meet in the central United States, they clash and often create powerful thunderstorms, which can in turn spawn tornadoes. And as climate change warms the waters in the Gulf, this provides more moisture for storms to form and intensify. Then in the West, the ongoing severe drought is making the atmosphere even more unstable, which can also lead to more intense storms. The combination of these two factors is making it more likely that storms will track eastward across the Midwest. And over the last 30 years, that is exactly what we've seen in the numbers, with less tornadoes occurring in the most historically tornado-prone states and more occurring in the Southeast. All right, guys, let's talk about Tornado Alley, which extends.
Wow. You know, they want everybody to think that it's climate change and that, you know, evolution, we're just a spinning rock, and, you know, that we're going to have to save the planet and all that stuff. They don't want people to think that God is in control of anything. Because, you know, there is no God. Science is God.
It's your fault, truck. You truck driver. Damn
Truck drivers.
damn truck drivers. I blame them.
Let's see here. See. Can't see that. Oh. Oh.
Have you guys seen the anomalies in the Atlantic and in the coastal of Western Australia? I haven't seen that.
What are the anomalies?
What are they, Jeanette?
I have another short. This is from CNN.
Oh.
It's gotta be you know, because they're always. I mean, well, didn't they find Osama bin Laden?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you know this is correct. I mean, we couldn't even find Osama bin Laden, but CNN did an interview with him, and found him in, you know, in his caves or whatever.
Yeah, in his case.
Osama was Obama, I think.
Huh?
I
You
think
think?
Osama was Obama. Yeah, they got makeup artists.
Yeah,
See my Trump mask? I mean, it looks real.
yeah.
It's real flesh
I don't
mask.
know. I don't know how real it looks. No, I mean, no, I get it though.
It really looks like Trump, doesn't it?
Well, no, it looks like Trump with long hair. I know.
This is new video to CNN. This is coming out of Howley, Texas. Look at the moment that this twister, this is a condensation funnel, the bottom part of the tornado, but watch how it destroys and picks up debris and throws it across the ground several hundred yards away from the apparent tornado. So this twister is violent, extremely dangerous, and you can just see the brute power and force out of this particular tornado that touched down in Howley, Texas.
That was scary. I'm just kidding.
I'm dropping a link. It's about HARP. And halfway through it is where they talk about creating the Northern Lights. It's a hit piece, government.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Dutch sense, since people are asking. A guy who sits there and uses the globe to navigate all these things and tries to connect earthquakes.
Flat earthers. Yeah, he kicks flat earthers off of his show.
Yep. He's not a true truther. He's got that money rolling in. Super
It's pretty
chat.
big. $33.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. So,
Hey, Ron, are you using your laptop or your phone?
Well, I'm talking on my phone here, but I got my laptop and I pulled up an extra. Pulled it.
Okay.
I got it open twice. I'm muted watching it, but then
Watching
I can go to the other one and pull up links and stuff.
Okay. That's what I do. I use my phone to talk and then use my iPad to like watch comments and stuff.
Yeah, I've never done this before. I'm slowly figuring it out how to pull up links and
hard.
stuff while I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how to change this little green R to something else like you guys do.
Touch it. Just
we're,
touch
we're,
it on your phone and it will say edit audio avatar. And then you can choose from your library any pictures you got.
Touch the
The little square that has your name.
okay.
And it should pull up a list of like it should say edit audio avatar or whatever.
Oh, okay, I see that. Thanks.
Yep.
Oh, but I don't have anything on my phone.
Take a picture of your dog or something. Anything that matter.
yeah,
Can I do that?
anything
I can
in your
send you
gallery.
I can send you a picture of Rebbe, the Jew. I know you like him.
Oh no. Don't you dare play that song. I'll leave this in a heartbeat.
I know you will. I'm not, don't
No more news. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
which I finally figured out what he's all about.
Oh, yeah.
And he would play that over and over and oh man. I got to hating that song.
He's been
We
on.
want Shiok now.
Come on.
I'm
Be
not.
nice. And I gotta apologize to people too, that don't know me. I sometimes will fly off the handle. I don't mean to. It's just, there's
Sometimes
a time and a season for everything. The Bible even tells you that.
you
Yeah,
you
your
know.
passion.
Well, sometimes we just can't take things too personally. And I'm not saying to you, Ron. I'm saying, I've had to really step back and stop. Because it's not targeted towards you, even though you don't like it or whatever. But you just have to. Sometimes you just have to just not take it personally, and maybe that's I think we all have to work on that.
Yeah, we have to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
All of us have to do that. So I got this one pulled up. This is what happened. This is in Arkansas, but I think it's really close to Texas. This one was last night. Real quick. It says 7 hours ago.
Looks like Michael Hall, kind of.
He looks about 12. I don't know how he wants to sold out real young. I don't know.
Wait a minute. He using hairspray?
He's on the space station.
Yeah, he could be on the space station. See, there you go. But they don't do that. Here we go.
The street that looks unrecognizable right now. It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and we're in the middle of Walnut. And just take a look at it. This just doesn't look. It doesn't look real. Almost. It definitely doesn't look like it did when people went to bed last night.
It doesn't look real.
And more people are starting to come out and see this damage. You could see multiple buildings on the intersection of 24th and Walnut just completely destroyed, completely leveled. A thrift store that's been there for 13 years. We talked with the owners this morning who were just devastated, completely leveled, everything gone. You can see another house there with damage. The down power lines. Look at that. half the power line just down on the ground. Really dangerous conditions here. So police do have Walnut closed off. And I'm going to turn around real quick and show just a couple businesses here. The Sports Clips right there. The storefront is completely gone. A clothing store, the storefront completely gone. Some of the Dollar Tree is really damaged. So it just kind of looked like whatever hit here just kind of swooped right through here, right along Walnut. But police are actively working on this traffic. Look at the traffic down here.
Okay, so when I was watching this video, just a real quick, the thought came through my head, you know, you can look at all these shootings that they have a psyop on, that they're drills or whatever, and they've got everybody, they've got 50,000 police cars. But then you look at this and you see one police car. That was what the thought that came through my head when I was watching this video. I was like, I thought how awful, you know.
Here's real life.
This, you know, they're showing pictures of something of devastation that happened, and there's one police car right here.
People are having to go around this area to
Oh, I'm sorry. These guys must be police too. Who knows?
get through, causing a lot of confusion this morning. But police are working to make sure everything runs smoothly. And we do have a crew over in Decatur. I believe Katani Gooch is live for us now. Katani, what's the damage like over there? What are you seeing over in West Benton County?
That's right, Jacob. We are out here in Decatur. This is Carlton Drive right here, this road behind me. And as you can see, many emergency vehicles have been driving by, roads have been driving by, but you can also see that there is a down power line right here. You can even see the power unit, I guess, that's at the top of the power line right there. It is on the side of the road. When me and 4029's LaKyra Banks arrived here, that was actually in the middle of the road, but it has been moved over since then. There's some machinery here that's been helping clear out some trees, because even further down Carlton Drive, there are trees everywhere, making the road almost impassable there, covering half of the lanes there in and out. But as we head back down after this, we may see that it is cleared up a little bit. And as we continue to walk down, that's not even half of the damage that we're seeing. It's not even a quarter of it. As you can see right now, this house right here is completely destroyed. You can see even right here, I think this may have been the kitchen right now, where you see this refrigerator that's right here. You see kind of
that doesn't look like a house to me, but I'm just saying. Anyway.
Bed frame, I think that's what that is right there. So a bedroom is right there. And then even further back, you see that the back of the house is completely demolished. It's not even there anymore. Earlier shows, me and LaKyra Banks were on the other side of the house, where we saw 2 campers that were completely destroyed, as well as many uprooted trees. But we wanted to get on this side of the house to show you just the extent of the damage that storm caused that came through this morning. Now, you can look at this and it's almost unbelievable what you're seeing, but we're hearing that the family that lived in this house, that was in this house during the storm, walked away untouched. Everyone is accounted for and safe this morning. Thank God. But there is one cat that they are missing, their family pet that they're missing, but everyone else is safe. And even as you look behind me some more, there are trees that are completely destroyed. The family that was living here told me that earlier yesterday, a week ago, you could not see anything past these trees, but now it is completely cleared out. The landscape has been completely cleared due to the destruction of the storms last night. And right now, as I said, crews are coming in to help clear the roads and to clear some of this debris that's here. The family told me they're looking at next steps of where to stay. But for right now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Katani Gooch, 4029.
So we've seen enough destruction here.
Yeah, I was in a tornado when I was young. It was like my first job. I worked at Food Line, and it came right over us. And it's weird how the tornadoes seem like they always hit trailer parks. You guys ever notice that?
Yeah.
But it really does sound like a train when it goes through.
Yeah, it does. It does. Let me play. I'm just trying to play some short ones real quick. So, like I told you earlier, Chuck, the one that Kip, it was the same location as this video that you did.
Okay.
totally same location, which Dub is very familiar with, which is a couple hours away from us.
Yeah.
Colleen, like so.
An hour, yeah, an hour and a half.
So, yeah. So it's a couple hours from in Texas from us. Like I said, Dub knows the location real well. But yeah. So when Kip did his video, and then I noticed that they were the same locations.
Shit's flying everywhere. Look at it. My ears are popping. My ears are popping too. Pressure. What do I do? Look at the sign shaking. We're right in the middle of the tornado, Brenda. What do I do? The car is shaking. Ah! Holy shit. My ears are popping. This car! We're in it, Brenda. I can't do anything.
Cover your head. Cover your head.
And I believe if you're in a tornado, you need to roll down your windows.
Yes.
I remember growing up when I in Michigan, if you are close to a tornado or anything, you were supposed to either put up your windows. They should have the windows down so that it can go right through instead of having all that pressure. I'm just saying, I'm not sure, but that's
correct.
I've heard that.
Yeah. When we had tornado drills in the school, that's what they would have us do, is put up all the windows inside the school through the tornado drill. So yeah, if you shouldn't have your windows rolled up, and that's why they were feeling all the pressure. But just saying.
On that, I disagree.
You disagree?
Yes, because you got all that built up pressure, and you got that tornado coming over, just disintegrated. If you got your windows open, that wind can go through and relieve that pressure.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The window should be open.
Well, he's saying that.
They should be open.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Oh, I thought you meant they should be closed.
No,
No.
that she should have rolled down her windows.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
No, and that's what happened. Like I said, when and you always have to question everything, because what we were taught, and everything is upside down, inside out. Everything's a lie, as far as that's concerned. So when I was growing up, we always had tornado drills. You had fire drills through school and blah blah blah. But in Michigan, we had tornado drills.
Yeah, get under your desk.
Yeah,
The big one's coming.
that'll save you. But yeah, and they always taught us to open up all our windows, and then everybody get into the hallway and crouch down and cover their head.
Yep.
But anyway, I just thought I would say that.
It's got my car. I know. Car's still shaking. Ears are popping. Okay. think I don't want to go anywhere yet. I'm shaking. Car's still shaking. Stuff's still flying. Nobody's behind us. It's got my mirror. It broke my mirror. My mirror's broke. Right there's the, look over there. Over above the bridge.
You got pretty lucky.
Very lucky.
She held it real tight going through that experience.
Yeah.
She did good.
Yeah. I'm telling you, because that's pretty crazy. That's
Hey, I hear people in the chat talking about Franklin. There was a tornado a few years back in Franklin, Virginia, that I remember. I drove my big truck through there, and it was destroyed. And I got a really good video of it and everything. But yeah, that was the
They-
worst one I've seen. I mean, it devastated that little town.
right. And I've heard also, like, if you are in a car and if they have ditches, that you should get out of your car and go into the ditch and lay down in the ditch. That's what I've heard.
That's correct.
I don't know if that's true because I've never really been through one like that or been in that situation, but that's what I've heard, is to get in the ditch or anything deep, you know.
The circling winds will trend to skip over the ditch without dipping down into it.
Yeah.
And
God's Green Earth. I put your link on there. They said they had a video of a tornado. What was it? Let's see. We just had a quick storm drive-by, uploaded it on my channel. So yeah, I shared her channel if you want to check it out.
Also, you know, have you guys seen that train? The train that went through that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a train went through a tornado recently. And that was a really good one.
I can't tell my mirrors.
Oh, it's just that. Oh, there's power line down there.
There's a power line. Is that person going? We're at 35 and Farm Road 3002. 35 south. It is 10:45.
I'd really like to see the aftermath of that because, like I said, yours and Kip's were in sync, and I'd like to see, the aftermath of that.
Chris is asking, where did you live in Michigan?
I lived between Jackson and Lansing. So I lived right almost smack dab in the palm of the mitt. If you know, Michigan is shaped like a mitten.
Okay.
So we were kind of like a little bit above the thumb, kind of like in the middle of Michigan. Yeah.
Nice picture, Ron.
That's a good one.
Education Day.
See, that's what we like, Ron. That's, you kind of have to go with the flow. Oh, we have 33 watching. See what you did, Ron?
Hey, the funny thing about that picture is you can go back and every president, Bush, Obama, Trump, Clinton, they all got the same picture of them together.
Yeah.
Reagan doesn't have one like that, but he's got similar.
Yeah. I haven't looked him up yet, but he might.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. You, you know how things come in threes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the last week or so, here in Indianapolis, which I'm just suburb of it, I don't remember how the first semi caught a fire and shut down 465, one of the main thoroughfares. But then just a couple of days later, a semi full of potatoes caught a fire. The whole trailer just burned up. They let it burn, full of potatoes. And then there was a third one. Now get this one. This is how dumb people are. They bought it. Said that somebody was hauling a mattress on top of their car and it blew off and the semi hit it and the semi trailer caught a fire.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
The semi ran over the mattress and caught a fire.
That's crazy.
People are dumb. They buy it. They come up with so much crap. It's just unreal.
Must have been a
Well-
hot mattress.
It could have been.
They probably ripped that tag off of it or
Yeah, I can't believe it. But they did it. They pulled it off. Nobody questioned it.
I'll have to look that one up.
That
Yeah, look it up. Indianapolis. Yeah. They had 3 semis within the last week or so caught a fire. And one of them was, I don't remember what the first one was. The other one was full of potatoes. And then the third one, it was a mattress that blew off of a car. And they made a big deal about people littering the highways.
now, Ron, you just know that you just sent Dub down a rabbit hole, right?
Well, go find it. I wish I could find it. You know.
He'll find it. He'll
I-
go.
Yeah,
he'll
look on. This was on local Fox affiliate, Fox 59 in Indianapolis.
I'll find it. There's a.
Okay.
I have a library of very questionable crashes on the interstate. Very
Yeah,
questionable.
this one's questionable.
I'll add it to my library.
Yeah, and he's got a quite a big library. Hi, Lumpy. How are you? Good to see you. So glad that you can make it. Dale, good to see you. Let's see. God's Green Earth, good to see you. Let's see. Anybody else? Where's Ange?
I haven't seen her.
Oh. We miss you, Ange, if you're around or if you're listening.
She's probably
listening.
listening.
Well, I hope you're okay, babe. All right. So what do we want to see next? So we got those videos. Which one do you think we should play the long one? We could like sift through it. What do you think, Chuck?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me find it. Sure.
Ron, I put a picture on here for you.
I don't know if we heard you. Stop running off
Oh,
my
okay, I see it. The delay.
Yeah,
At my buddy.
Chuck,
Yeah,
you behave. You stop running off my guest, okay?
all right. Well, hey, I'm not playing the song.
That's
Thank God.
Good. That's good. La, 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 la. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in that long video. It's long, but we can skim through it.
Yeah, we'll skim through it, but there is
It has certain patents. I mean, there's patents to this stuff. But yeah,
Right.
they deny it. They say that it's a conspiracy theory and it's not true.
First weather modification patent was issued in 1948.
Mhm. Deming.
So, the way it works, Ron, when you're on the panel, And if you see something or want to say something during the video, just go ahead and mention it or tell me to stop the video and I'll stop it. So
Yeah, just say pause it.
yeah, that's how we work on here. So you're not interrupting nothing. If you see something that catches your eye and or just something you want to say, just tell me to stop it and I'll stop it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good video though.
Perhaps the greatest lie ever perpetrated on populations all over the world is the condensation trail lie. What we're seeing in our skies is not condensation. It's sprayed particulate dispersions with very few exceptions.
They shouldn't be there. Jet engines burn clean. So if there's anything coming out of them, it's an additive.
They're absolutely not contrails. Contrails do not linger, dissipate, and go into cloud coverage, period, in the report.
And I kept saying to people, what is this? Because now the sky is no longer blue. It's starting to turn gray. And what I found was kind of like, it was not socially acceptable. We're all going to pretend this is not really happening. And I thought, oh, this is very bad.
Most are unfamiliar with a science term called global dimming. That term refers to the amount of sunlight that no longer reaches the surface of the...
Rewind it like 5 seconds.
Let's see, it's hard to... Let's see.
I know. I don't know. I just...
Hold on. It's hard on BitChute.
With very few exceptions.
They shouldn't be there. Jet engines burn clean. So if there's anything coming out of them, it's an additive.
They're absolutely not contrails. Contrails do not linger, dissipate, and go into cloud coverage, period, in the report.
And I kept saying to people, what is this? Because now the sky is no longer blue. It's starting to turn gray.
Well, I got a delay. That woman, does that not look kind of weird to y'all? Am I the only one noticing that?
The woman?
Yeah.
Well, it says right there she's a former U.S. presidential cabinet member of George W. Bush.
That is a tranny, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh.
All of them are.
I can spot them from a long ways away. That was definitely one.
You're not the only one. I'm telling you. You just can't trust them at all.
No. Cabinet member? Come on.
This world is so upside down, inside out. Here we go. We got you back, Ron.
I was trying to get another avatar up, and I messed it all up.
He's on the avatar. We've all been doing that. That's okay.
And what I found was kind of like, it was not socially acceptable. We're all going to pretend this is...
That's definitely a dude.
No, that's socially acceptable.
Oh my God. What do y'all think? Hey guys.
You address it as a them.
Okay.
Hands down, talking to the microphone. Don't wave your head too much.
That thing was a linebacker, play football. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
It's not really happening. And I thought, oh, this is very bad.
Most are unfamiliar with a science term called global dimming. That term refers to the amount of direct sunlight that no longer reaches the surface of the planet due to light scattering particles that are building up in the atmosphere. And although many of these particles are from industrialized pollution, the larger majority are from the ongoing climate engineering solar radiation management operations. This engine, a high bypass turbofan jet engine, this is the engine that is on all military tankers and all commercial carriers, is in essence a jet-powered fan. 90% of the air that moves through this engine is non-combusted. This engine, by design, is nearly incapable of producing any condensation trail except under rare and extreme circumstances. And again, we have film footage of aircraft flying at altitude with nozzles visible, turning on and off. That is the end of the argument. Since even before man could fly, there was an effort to try to modify the weather. We have weather modification patents going back 100 years plus.
Can you stop it a
These are
second?
historical films of what
Dave Withington, is that his name?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
says there.
Okay. Here's something that somebody made an observation. Now, I'm not sure if this is true, but he has never called them chemtrails. He has never said that word. I could be wrong. I watched that this thing here before, and I never heard him say it, but I could have missed it. Anybody else hear that? Makes you wonder about him. Makes you wonder about him. Remember, they got to tell you the truth.
Right.
They got to put these people out there telling the truth,
Yep.
because you have that free will, and if you don't know the truth, how can you exercise that free will? But he has never, to my knowledge, called them chemtrails.
To add on to that, I'll say that everybody that knows a little bit, understanding, knows that stuff's being talked about. It's all over Facebook. They have just like this stuff right here, same things. There's Facebook groups and all that stuff. And the fact that they allow it all to be out there and put faces on it too, makes you wonder as well. And,
Yeah. Is he
that
put
with,
out there by those people,
with Billy Goats, and what his thing he's got going on, if you will. Everybody knows, so many people know about that. So what is it really? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway.
And that's a good point, Brian, because we've often talked about,
And
what
Dale. Yep.
we've often talked about how, they do psyops to the truther community just as much as they do to the people that are asleep. So, God only knows. They will never ever let out what they don't want out. Never. It'll never hit the airways. Never.
Well,
So-
let's see what they want us to see.
Exactly. So that's a really good point.
What can be done with a biplane, a small biplane that carries a very small payload, and that much can be done. How much more can a fully loaded military tanker, KC-10, KC-135, C-17 Globemaster, how much more material can they put in the air? About 500 times more with a single tanker. In regard to the condensation trail narrative, many refer back to the trails left by World War II bombers as proof that we are only seeing condensation trails in our skies. But geoengineeringwatch.org found on military archives film footage, which we posted, of World War II B-17s at altitude turning off a sprayed dispersion. We know that climate engineering was deployed immediately after World War II, so testing was absolutely ongoing. Clearly, these bombers were used for beta testing. Film footage proves it.
Weather was a weapon used over Vietnam. Would you expect that to be then deleted from the availability? No. To continue to expand the scientific aspects of it, to have it available in your portfolio of weapons would be a natural process. Therefore, should you expect that it is available on demand to have the ability to modify weather? Absolutely, within this country and others.
Climate engineering is the crown jewel of the military-industrial complex. Climate engineering has been used to destabilize and topple nations all over the globe, facilitating military occupations by hostile countries like the U.S.
They always say something like, they give you the truth and then they drop the globe. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're never going to get someone, especially someone that's, Ron, we talked about that. Nobody's going to get a bunch of subscribers, you know, because the way YouTube or shit shoots, whatever you call them, you know, they're not going to let anybody that has 50,000, 100,000, they're telling half truths. It's all about half truths.
Exactly.
He tells half truths.
And he always calls it geoengineering. He never says chemtrails.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the Facebook groups are as well. It's like geoengineering watch, you know what I mean, or something like that. It's the same type. It ain't chemtrail warriors, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, here's let's see, this is one of the most important verses in the Bible, that it says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. This is because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." You know, they don't just lie about some stuff; they lie about everything.
Right.
That's it.
I was just wondering. I felt like I ought to say something.
No. Yeah, say something. Jump in.
Yeah, always say something. When you're on the panel, say something. You see something, say something.
Yep.
You see something, say something. Yeah, Brian.
We know that some of these countries are having their precipitation cut off because they have stated so on the floor of the UN, like the president of Iran stating emphatically that NATO weather modification programs were cutting off the precipitation to Iran, but U.S. media never covered it.
We have an economic model operating globally, which is operating based on covert force. And I have very serious questions after watching the financial patterns as to whether that financial force or
You know, I'm just not. This one here.
Definitely a man. Definitely a man.
This one, we're gonna stop this one. I'm stopping. I'm making an executive decision.
All right. We got other ones to play.
Yes. Lumpy says that the flat Earth model has problems. Yeah, because we ain't meant to know everything. You know, we're just here. That's what it is.
We definitely are on a spinning ball.
Yeah. No.
That's that's one thing I can 100% say we are not on a spinning ball.
And
Jeanette
the
said, I can't unsee now, Chuck.
The map we see are actually correct.
Who knows what the map is? I mean, this is what we're shown. So, you know, Russia's over here and this is over there. I mean, really, I mean, you have to be. I don't.
Hey, you know that Hegelian dialectic where it says the best way to control the opposition is to lead it. That is so true. I mean, that's every single, whether it's flat Earth, chemtrails, or whatever the conspiracy is, they got their people in place leading it. You know, and they're feeding you half truth all the time. That's how they do it.
I said that a few minutes ago in the comments. You know, that's just what they want to do. They want to lead the opposition.
Yep.
Yep, and they do. Yeah.
I found one thing that, according to the flat Earth, if you run across a science buff. One thing they can't answer. Oh, hang on. That's a weather alert for going off here.
Uh-oh.
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 Get in your bathtub with a mattress.
Get in the ditch. Just get in the ditch. Oh, good to see you, Mary. You have a good week, okay?
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you.
Yeah, have a good week.
All right, I got it turned off.
I know you're fine.
But anyhow, what I was getting ready to say, before that, I was rudely interrupted, that ask them if they've ever seen Mercury or Venus in the night sky. They have no answer for this one. Because they can't see it in the night sky if they're on a ball. Impossible.
No way.
So that's all I had.
All right. So we're quitting that one because that one is not good.
I mean, there was some good stuff towards the end. I mean, it's a 2-hour video, but they're going to sprinkle truth, throughout it. You just got to,
absolutely
take the good.
Yeah, I don't got 2 hours to.
I get it. That's cool.
to jump
But I
through.
mean, I'm just saying, if anybody later on wants to watch it, you could probably skim through it and find some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that much time.
Yeah.
I can cut some clips out of it.
So we have this one. Let's see.
If anybody in the chat has any really good weather modification videos, drop a link and we'll play it.
Let's try this one.
I'd never seen a sky that color. Yellowy, black, greeny, purple. It was uncanny.
Oh, it was a day and a night that we should never, ever forget.
I couldn't believe that this was happening. First the sky, and then this horrible smell. Really sulphurous.
Thunder and lightning, and it was horrible.
We're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex.
Dangerous chemicals over us from
Is the government experimenting with our
That's
weather?
the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention.
Millions of tons of toxic poisons released by our planes
During the Cold
part of the
War, the
government
United
plot to
States
affect
military
climate
conducted
The government is up there in airplanes spraying all kinds of chemicals to change and manipulate the weather, leaving what you see there, and they call that a chemtrail.
Geoengineering. They say if it's poison in the soil,
Tests show high levels of these chemicals in our rain and soil.
Using planes to spray chemicals into the atmosphere to manipulate or control rays.
And that's why health department records show a sharp increase in barium and aluminum in California's water supply.
We shall propose further cooperative efforts between all the nations in weather prediction and eventually in weather control.
The Army's need to know more and more about weather that surrounds this planet is a vital part of the expanded research program of atomic weapons. We all talk about the weather. The Army is doing something about the weather.
Ice walls.
I would like to take you into the laboratory and show you a few of the
experiments that led us to our outdoor experiments in converting clouds into snow. Using a home freezing unit such as this, we can form supercool clouds just like those in the natural atmosphere by taking a tiny piece of dry ice such as this and scratching it so a few tiny fragments fall into the supercool cloud. Long streaks develop. The particles grow very fast. They grow about 1 billion-fold in volume in a few seconds. Many millions of snow crystals form, and we get the same effect as is produced by dry ice. Dry ice is not particularly important as far as the fact that it's CO2 is primarily important because it's colder than minus 35 degrees centigrade. This is a picture of the first cloud that we seeded back last November, flying in a small Fairchild plane and putting dry ice from a small dispenser in the bottom of the plane, and within minutes saw long streamers of snow falling from the base of the cloud and evaporating into the drier air below. Under many conditions, of course, full-fledged snowstorms will be produced in this way. Nature at last has permitted to do a little something about the weather.
Using Schaefer-Langmuir techniques, the Army Signal Corps and Office of Naval Research began conducting many of these experiments.
In 1947, Project Cirrus expanded to test cloud seeding on a hurricane traveling eastbound 350 miles off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida. They dropped 80 pounds of dry ice into the raging storm, only to realize that the hurricane suddenly changed direction and began traveling back towards the United States. Savannah, Georgia was hit by record-breaking winds of up to 85 miles per hour. More than 1,500 people were left homeless, and at least 2 people died. Total damage was reported in the millions of dollars, and the project and its participants were blamed for what happened.
On the night of the 15th of August, 1952, the worst flood in British history swept through the tiny seaside village of Lynmouth. 90 million tons of water
What's the other one we got, Michelle?
killing 35 people and leaving over 400 homeless.
What's the other one that I shared?
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh.
I was feeding my cat. The other one was the wildfires. Remember?
Oh, the DEWs. That one's pretty good, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. You want to move on to that one?
Yeah. I mean, we all get it. I mean, this is
kind of monotonous.
Yeah, kind of.
I went K through 12 and beyond before I was shown any truth, believing all the lies, even the
Most of us did.
towers.
Hey, that video, the staircase of I shared the other day was a really good one. If you want to play that sometime before the end of it, the fact that it's all a journey. You know, each like deception that you uncover is like one step you go. You know, on the staircase, the whole levels. You know, there's a lot of levels to this truth stuff. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty good. Dub, you
Chuck?
remember that video?
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
I was trying to change my avatar. It kicked me out a while ago. It wants me to join something. It give me one free. Is that make
What
sense?
No, what you got to do, you got to X. You got to push the corner. You got to delete that one.
Oh,
If
okay.
you touch the other one, there's gonna be a little X in the top right-hand corner of it. You got to delete
Okay.
that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
You're
Drop that link, Chuck, then.
Oh, okay. Hold on. A lot of people have seen that, but it's a good video. Okay, put it in the chat. All the old folks are like, I hate technology too. Which I'm old now too. I'm over 50, so. Dub, do you hate technology, Dub?
I love technology.
See, there's an old guy that likes it.
Yeah, we.
You love it. I don't care for it at all.
Well, everything is the way it's used. I mean, technology has made some real good improvements, and yeah, if you use it wrong, it can be used both directions. It's just kind of how you use it. But a lot of good technology.
Like what? What's good?
What we're doing right now, we're talking to people all over the country, all over
It's awesome.
the earth.
What else?
All over the earth. We're talking to people all over the planet, Dub. Come on.
It is
all around the globe.
We don't
all over the globe. We don't say those things on here.
Yeah,
all over the globe.
Try to correct the vocabulary.
There you go.
Yeah, aircraft. Everything is technology develops from one stage to the next to the next. Good old television back in the day.
It never was good.
We know how it was used,
but it's never been good.
No, it's never
That's
been
not
used
something
in
I
the
would think
correct
was good.
manner. But
Now wait a minute. I love Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty. Oops, he never said that.
He did.
I knew I'd get that Mandela effect in there somehow.
There you go.
No, when I watched TV, I was a Trekkie. So,
hey, let me ask Ron. Let me ask you something, Ron. Not to totally shift, but I know Ron likes the Mandela effect, and that's something that's not
I never
really
said I liked it. I never said I liked it.
Observe it. Well, no, I got a good question I want to ask you though. How is it? Look, I understand they change everything. I mean, I've seen a lot of the Mandela effects you talked about, but do you believe that they have technology like Back to the Future? Remember where he got in the DeLorean and jumped back to 68 or 72, and you change stuff then where you have like a ripple effect and it changes the present. I mean, how does that
retro? There's a word for that. Retro. I can't think of it right now. But does anybody know who Photo Helix was?
I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, he passed on. He made a very excellent video about that. That when like ripples in the water, it's going back through time.
Well,
Right. Retro causality. Retro causality. That's it.
Okay.
Well, there's just lots of movies and stuff about this anyway, about people like Quantum Leap, that guy. You know what I'm saying? If anybody ever remembers Quantum Leap, then there was a movie or a TV show with one of the O'Donnell brothers, and he did some time travel and stuff. And it's all, basically what we're talking about, right? Yeah. So it's in the movies and everything. It's shown to us that way.
But the only way, like if you have an old King James Bible that's like 100 years old or whatever, because the King James is the one that they use the most that's been changed.
I know mine has. I know it.
But the only way they could have done it was to go back before 1611 and rewrite the words. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really, I'm trying to figure out.
You join the crowd. Everybody's trying to figure out how that's done. And you brought up the Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
I made a video on this about Back to the Future 3.
I love those movies.
Back to the Future 3, when the train shoves the car and the car comes back before the car gets destroyed. It's on the railroad tracks at the very end of the movie.
I remember.
Along the side of the railroad tracks, there are blue and yellow flags. And right in front of the Hilldale housing development, there are blue and yellow flags right at the end of Back to the Future 3. Was that predictive programming? Or did somebody go back in time and change them flags? I don't know.
Let me ask you another question. This is a good one too. Is it possible that they could be messing with our memories.
It's possible, I guess. You know,
It's one of the two. It's got to either be that or they went back and changed it. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to a bunch of people. Like I'll just use one example, like the Bible where it said the lamb shall dwell with the lion. But you know, people
and the
remember
lion
that.
shall lie down with the lamb. Now it reads, and the wolf
But
is
see,
dwelling with the lamb.
but see, the thing about it, Ron, is that I remember just the way I remember wolf. You know, and I know
Okay.
people that remember it so one way. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just remember it saying the wolf, because, and I looked into this a while back, and I know the wolf is the natural predator of the lamb. It's not the lion. You know, and I know
Right.
the lion is the Jesus. He's the
King of
lion of the
Judah.
tribe of
Right.
Judah. Yeah, and the lamb, he also came as a lamb. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's interesting, but I've never really gotten into it. I mean, I was more interested in pop culture, like the Berenstain or the Berenstain. I remember Berenstain because my mom was a school teacher. You know, so
Well, I see what you're saying, but no one can pinpoint how it's being done. Is it being done by magic? The Bible speaks about magic.
well,
And
magic is a big part of everything, man. They use
right.
magic everywhere.
Could they be changing it due to magic?
Yeah.
The
Hold on,
magic,
I don't know.
the magic effect.
Could
Dub,
be.
Dub has something to say.
It can be done just simply by a printed edition of the Bible. They continually print newer editions, and they can change it from one printing to the next.
No, Dub, no, you don't understand.
That's
He's
not
talking
what
about
talking
the
about.
Bible. Yeah, he has a Bible that he's had in his house for 100 years.
I
That's
do
what he's
too.
talking
Well, about 45 now.
Yeah, well,
And what it read when I bought that Bible, it does not read that way now. The
it's
words on
changed.
that ink on paper has changed. Just
There's a
like
lot of people. There's a lot of people that believe that. So that's
the rainbow was in my Bible. Now it just
I
merely
remember
says
reading,
bow.
now it says bow. It just says bow. Yeah, I've seen that.
And
That's
Noah in the New Testament now is spelled
Noe.
N-O-E.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Noe. That's wild.
that was Noah in my Bible, but now it's not. How did they do that? I don't know. I used
Yeah.
to think it was CERN, but there is no proof they ever constructed CERN, just like there's no proof they ever put the ISS together in space.
There
Find
would be some
proof that,
pictures of the ISS being put together. It's like, come on.
huh?
Said if they really did build a space station, they would have construction pictures.
Yeah, they don't, and they don't have it of CERN either. Is that another ripoff?
Yeah, CERN is a hoax, I think.
Yeah, 100% in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's no way they got all that steel down there and constructed that thing for 17 miles with no videos or no pictures of them doing it.
Yeah. And hey, I want to bring up one more good point about, you know, certain people see certain things that other people don't. And what you got to remember is that if, you know, when you read the Bible, you know, we're all parts of the body. You know, the body of Christ, you know, in the body, you have hands, you have the feet, you have the head, you have different parts. So different parts are going to understand and see things different. You know, so a lot of times people be like, well, I don't see that or whatever. But, you know, we kind of need to embrace that, because if we're all part of the same body, you know, we're all going to have different gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people are going to see certain things different, you know.
I
So,
agree. I
yeah.
agree. And I understand. And that's what I was getting at earlier. I went off the handle at somebody here a while back that didn't see the changes. And I tried to apologize, you know, it just because I see them doesn't mean everybody else sees them. But there are millions just like me that see and the same things. Just like if you walk up to an individual and you ask them how to spell Colombian coffee, 99 out of 100 of them going to spell it with a U, but it's never had a U. It's always been COU, with 2 O's in it. I remember it all my life as being a U. That's what brought me to the Mandela effect. That's what brought me to photohelix. He was the first video I ever watched, just like Depend's diapers. Now Depend. The S is gone. And Folger's coffee. The D is gone. And then the first Bible change I saw, I remember this. I learned this when I was in my 20s. Where 2 or more are gathered together in my name, there too shall I be. Now it reads 2 or 3. I know that. You know, that's just me. I can't make anybody else see it.
Well, hey, all I'm saying, is like I said, we should embrace the differences. You know what I mean? Because I see what you're saying, and I see some of them, but that's just never been my my like thing that I've really focused on.
That's what brought me to the dance.
I don't criticize anybody for it, you know, but I mean, certain people have certain areas. Like some people are all flat earth, some people are all whatever it is, you know. But so if that's what brought you to the dance, I mean, you know, God uses, you know, all things work together for good for those that love God. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. I wished I did. I could become a multimillionaire.
Well, you know,
whoever can figure it out.
That Back to the Future movie, though, I mean, with that Gray Sports Almanac, I mean, there's more to it because you know that you hear about truth in the movies and lies in the news.
Right.
So they probably have cracked time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the very end of Back to the Future 3, when they show them blue and yellow flags, then what was circulated, and still this Wag the Dog movie going on. Yeah. No, I don't believe anything about what they say about that one.
Yeah. Now, Ann said something about wineskins and bottles. Now, I do know that wineskins is in the New King James, bottles is in the King James. So they do put out thousands of different translations. That's going to confuse people too, because, and you got to remember the 1611, the original 1611, all of the Bibles got sold, so they had to redo it. And when they redid the 1611, there was changes again. So
that's a common argument.
Yeah.
It's a common argument. It's in a different translation. They changed the writing of the Bible. But you know, when you've seen it in the Bible that you've had in your possession.
Well, that's different. That's
and
different,
it
Ron.
changed. That's what I see.
Yeah. But wineskins and bottles, you know what I'm saying, though? I mean, the
Yeah, it was in the King James. The original King James. Yes, sir. It was.
Okay.
And I'm not the only one that knows that has seen that change. There are some that have the guts to come out and admit that the Bible changes, preachers and people in the religious institutions, which I don't believe in. But anyhow, there are some that has agreed that used to say wineskins.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about the story of the wineskins, to put new wine into old bottles, what's that going to hurt? Put new wine into old wineskins, then it would burst.
But wineskins stretch, bottles don't, right?
Right, but there's I don't know how to explain it. I just know wineskins was one of them that was in my Bible.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a rabbit hole, right?
It is.
I mean, it is. That's the thing about it, man. I mean, I like to look at all the rabbit holes, but you got to be careful and not get stuck in a rabbit hole, because then you're not going to see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean? It's like you get too consumed. And I mean, I believe, like I said, I believe they're changing everything, but
yeah, but we don't know how. They're going back in time. It's possible. It's just like You seen that one about Trump, that movie that came out when he was running for president, where he was going to save this town out west? That just kind of come into existence out of nowhere. You know what movie I'm talking about? Short little movie.
Yeah, that real old, like the fortune teller
Yeah,
one.
yeah, where it's selling an
I
elixir.
remember. Yep. That's
That
it.
just came out of nowhere. Is that a Mandela effect? Who knows? But nobody remembered ever seeing that anywhere until poof, there it is.
I
Just
always
like
heard
Baron.
Lion and the Lamb and two or more.
Pardon me?
I always heard the Lion and the Lamb and two or more.
Right, and that's the way my Bible used to read, but it doesn't anymore. That's all I can say. Believe me or not, it doesn't matter. I know what I've seen, and I know what my Bible says now.
I'll check what mine says.
It says wolf. Dub.
Yeah, every Bible now says wolf. Every translation. At last time I checked. I go to Blue Letter Bible and type in a word or something, and it gives you all the translations, and you can
Me and
search it
Chuck
out.
talked about this in the past too, and what does it change in terms of salvation? Like wineskins versus bottles.
Maybe it's a wake-up call.
For what though?
To wake people up. It woke me up.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe it does wake you up, like flat Earth wakes some people up.
To realize that something's wrong in this world.
There's definitely something wrong in this world.
Yeah. And they would believe a lie. Which lie? It's all lies.
Do it again. Say it again.
At some point soon, I will check to see what my Bible reads.
How
I believe
old is
it
your
to
Bible?
be at least 100 years old.
Your Bible?
Yes. Bible I have came from my mother's mother.
Well, I've also talked about this in terms of if this stuff was changed and this has happened like this, then why do they burn books? If they've just been able to, poof, stuff gets changed and no one knows how, why do they burn books? So,
Okay, here's a quick question. The Statue of Liberty, what island is it on?
Ellis.
You say Ellis?
Yeah.
Never has been on Ellis. It's on Liberty Island. That is.
They've changed that.
It's never been on Ellis Island. Grand Central Station is now Grand Central Terminal.
See, that's bullcrap. It's Grand Central Station. I do know that.
No, it's always been Grand Central Terminal. Look it up. Look up where the Statue of Liberty is.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, they've changed it.
How did they do that?
Two men in one bed. I want to say something with Ann's comment. That reads different depending on which gospel you read it from, too. You know what I mean? Mark, Matthew, Luke, or John. So everybody can sit here and say that it said this or said that, but one, it says two men in the field. I've talked about that with Chuck before. So all these things are just.
But hey, the Geneva Bible says two people in one bed.
Remember, the burning of books happened for a reason.
Yeah, I do think the King James, they put some perverted stuff in there because they had an agenda behind it when they were translating. I mean, there's certain things in the King James where certain, like the older ones, the version, the Geneva, was the ones the Pilgrims had.
Yeah, here's something that anybody could do if you want, but don't believe me. Seek for yourself. That's what I always say. But on my Just a Voice 4 channel, if you scroll down through the videos that I put up a series of 22 videos of people back in 2016 and 2017 when they were first seeing the changes happening. Each one is 25 to 30 minutes long. It's people's testimonies. I call it the Mandela Effect testimonies from 2016, 2017. There's 22 videos, and you can hear a broad spectrum of people testifying that about the changes that they are seeing when they first came to it. And that somehow the people that see the changes, it started around 2016. It's crazy. But if you want to go watch them, you're welcome to. I'm not trying to promote my channel. I'm just saying these were videos that you won't find anywhere else because YouTube had taken a lot of them down. But I made a collection of different people.
Ron, so you share your channel. I mean, you're welcome. Share your channel.
All right, I'll put it on there.
No, man. I mean, I'm telling you, man. The thing about it is, you gotta be open-minded. Don't get offended about anything.
I know.
Ideas. That's what Flat Earth offended. That there's a lot of people that would never look into Flat Earth because they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're crazy." And I mean, nothing surprises me. You cannot take anything off the creepy table nowadays. Really.
Exactly.
2016 could have been the start of a new psyop.
I think 2016 had a lot of new shit.
I think
it did.
It started in 2012.
I'm just saying. I think that's where they really start pushing
the flat Earth and everything. 2016 in that era. That's when the Mandela effect first came. That's what these videos are about.
2015 was Flat Earth.
15 was?
Yeah.
Okay. 16 is when a lot of people started seeing the Berenstain and the Bible changes and the Statue of Liberty moved to a new island that was never there.
That's when Trump came out. Transgender started being exposed and.
Oh yeah, the transpocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that bothered me about Mandela was there was a couple channels. They're like, well, don't read your Bible. I can't read, it's changed. And I'm like, I asked the guy, I said, well, I'm not saying there's not changes, but why don't they change something that's a salvation issue? Like, why didn't they change where Jesus was not God or Jesus is not born of a virgin? It's like, to me, I feel like it's a psyop to keep people from reading the Bible. And I'm just like, that's the reason why I kind of got irritated at first. But I get it. I mean, I get there are changes, but I don't see any of the changes being anything that's like a salvation issue. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know how to put it, really. I don't want to offend anybody, but I know what I see. And
look, nobody gets offended. I mean, seriously. I mean, we're all.
But how many people will answer you Liberty Island?
None.
Exactly. But look it up. It's always been on Liberty Island. That is a major change.
Like the Monopoly guy, he had like a little
monocle. Yeah.
He don't have one.
Nope. And life was like a box of chocolates. It used to be life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
A whole bunch of them. Luke, I am your father. Now it's no, I am your father. Is that N-O or K-N-O-W? No, I am your father. That line changed, and the people that watched that religiously, they all said it was Luke, I am your father. But it's never been that. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Now it's magic mirror.
What if it is magic? What if they are messing with people's minds and memories? That's just possible. That's just as possible.
It is. I don't believe CERN's doing it because I don't believe there is a CERN. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the link on this channel here.
Michelle, we talked about CERN that one night. We all think CERN's a big fat hoax.
CERN is Europe's NASA.
They're getting a lot of money out of it.
NASA's in space and CERN is underground.
Well, they're building above ground. You know the number on that building is? Take a wild guess. 33.
Angie finally made it here. She's late.
That's how I look at scripture. Tells us avoid all that stuff. You know what I mean? To sit here and argue about Berenstein and get us all doing that stuff. You know, we know this world's messed up, and if people can't see the lies in the news, which I've called the beast, you know, if you accept the world and its news and all its lies, then that's what the beast is. That's what the mark of the beast is. It's going to be in your head. It's going to be spiritual. You're just going to love it. You're going to accept all of it and never think anything of it, or you're not going to be, you know, touched by the Father to know any difference, and you're just gonna, you know, like the scripture says, he hardened Pharaoh so that he wouldn't know the Lord.
What? Tell me the meaning of Amos 8:11.
Amos 8:11.
Look that one up. Tell me the meaning of that scripture.
See now, Amos 8:11. I've never even read it right now to say that, you know. So let me go.
Well, you should.
Well, I do read the Bible, but I don't read every single verse.
It's a warning about what's happening right now. Right now.
It says, "Behold, the days are coming," says the Lord God, "that I will send a famine on the land, not a famine of bread, not of thirst for water, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." So there it is, and that's what you know, in my mind, is them changing all the word down here. That's what that is them perverting the words of uprightness, as Enoch told us. And that's what that's about. Until the word gets written down truthfully back in these books, that's, you know, what it's going to be like.
You don't accept that ink on paper can change.
No.
Okay. So there's where we differ. And that's fine. That's fine. I do, because I've seen it.
Yep. Well, I made videos about my stuff, so I just have to wait like 50 years down the road and see if it changes or something. But, you know, when I think about these things, I always remember the wolf and the lamb. It never in a vision in my head did all those pictures come about. I did videos on these things. Not that anybody needs to go watch them, but there's so much art out there. Even Jesus' art. You know what I mean? Like what we see of him, that's all art. That's someone's
Brian,
rendition.
Let me say something real quick. The thing too, and this is really important for everybody to listen to this. It's like, do not get offended. Like trigger. You know how people get triggered. Ron, you talked about that earlier. It's like you said you wanted to apologize. We've all done that, and that's what you can't do. You cannot let certain words trigger you about anything, because you know the saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." I mean, that's something when you're standing in the truth or you're confident in what you believe. I mean, just don't get triggered. And I mean, that's what I see in comment sections, man. People get triggered so easy on everything. You know, and
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not trying to get triggered.
No. I'm talking about everybody, man. I'm saying I used to do this, but once you get to the point where nothing triggers you, then that's when you're able to look, like openly at whatever the person's talking about. But I think that's a magic. I think that's magic. A certain type of magic they use to trigger. They like have
Comment
trigger
sections can trigger people regardless. Talking like this and talking how we're, that's how, I don't know. That's how you should talk. Face to face would be even better, but I don't care to put my face on the internet. You guys get to see good old Greta. But
Greta Musk.
Hanging out or something's the best way to do all that. But
how do you convince somebody when they say that the Statue of Liberty is on Liberty Island? Then you tell them, no, it's not. And they've always, their whole life, believed it was on Liberty Island. And then they look.
You mean Ellis
And then no. It must have always been on at Liberty Island. There are so many people that you will see a change, and you're pointed out to them, and they immediately say, well, it's always been that way.
Well, I mean,
Just
someone
like
might
you're
not.
saying that, just like you're saying right now, it's always been that way.
Well, what was Russia called a long time ago that someone today might not ever know of? USSR. The USSR doesn't exist no more. Things change. They change names. You know what I mean? So I just don't see us, you know, as
And
a
Amos
no-South hate
8:11 was
nation.
warning. Amos 8:11 was warning about the Bible changes. So was Revelations chapter 22, the very last couple of scriptures, a warning about whosoever shall add to or take away from the writings of this book.
And it talks about they'll have the plagues from the writing in that book too. And that's the
Right.
plagues from the book of Revelation, in my understanding.
To
Not the
me,
whole
that was
Bible.
always Revelations, plural.
The book of Revelation. Or is it the book of Revelations? I remember Revelation single. I don't remember the plural.
It's single.
It is now. How did we get? I thought this was going to be about weather, and you guys got me on here, and you're drilling me about the Mandela effect. And how can I get you to see what I see when you refuse to see what I see? I'm trying to understand that people don't see everything that I see in the changes, and that's fine.
I see a lot of stuff you see, Ron. I
I
guess
know
the
you
whole
do.
thing is this a psyop within a psyop. Does that make
Right,
sense?
just like there's a secret society within a secret society. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's
But no,
things
what I'm
seen
saying
and
is,
things hidden.
yeah, but I'm just saying it's like people, if you don't see it, that's okay. But what you got to do is you can't get triggered. You got to look. You got to like calmly you look into it. You know, look at it says search all things. Search out all things.
Can I say something?
No, you can't.
Okay.
This is our show.
I can't.
No, but look at how. Okay. Close your ears, everybody.
Okay.
Fucked up this world is.
Oh, no,
Okay?
you didn't say that.
I did say it. I'm sorry, but this
Come on,
world.
keep the phone on. I'm taking the dog over to the house so he can potty. All right, here we go. Come on, dog.
But this world is so messed up.
It is.
And so upside down, inside out, that this is what they want to cause. They want to cause division. They want everybody to be questioning everybody. They want this bullshit that we're going through. And I'm not triggered. I'm being passionate right now. I'm just saying that, look at all the bullshit that we have to endure knowing the truth. And then, everybody has to go through their own trial.
Their own walk. Yep.
Their own walk, yes. And I'm telling you, it's so crazy. Nobody's ganging up on you, Ron, by any means, because, by any means, I would never, ever let you be a guest on this panel and somebody, everybody start beating up on you. That would just be bullshit.
Yeah, Michelle don't play that.
No. So, it is. That is.
Here's a good one for you.
Okay.
The street lights. Growing up, I remember the green was always on top. Everything's upside down and backwards in this world now. Just like overnight.
You talking about a stoplight?
Now it's red on top. I remember.
Are you talking about stoplight?
Right. The green was always on top. Then somehow, magically, every stoplight in this country changed to the red on top. How'd that happen? And I'm not the only one that remember the green on top.
Ask Dub. He's your age. He's a little older than you.
Go ahead, Dub.
I've never seen one with green on top.
Okay, that's what we
Always been red, yellow, green.
that green was always on top in my reality.
And in my world of starting in probably 1945 up.
The lights were
red, yellow, and green.
No, they were always a green, yellow, and red.
There you go. That's the way my memory was. The green on top.
Roy G. Biv.
They were longwise. They were how do you say it? Vertical or
sideways?
Well, sometimes they were longwise,
but
horizontal as well.
But when they were always green, yellow, and red.
Right. Green on top is my memory.
That I
See, I don't remember that. Yeah, I remember red. See, that's weird. We all remembered something different. Like Michelle, you and Ron remember the same way, and Dub, you and I remember the same way.
The panel split.
Yeah.
That's how the Mandela effect works.
Well, hey, what did I just write? Is that what we're talking about? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Biv. That's what we got taught as kids.
Yep, I remember that.
Are you talking about the rainbow, Brian?
I don't know. I thought that's what we were talking about.
I'm kidding.
No, we're talking about stoplights, man.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I was talking about the rainbow, though.
Yeah, the promise of the rainbow used to be in my King James. Here we go again, but now it just says bow. There's no promise of the rainbow in the King James, but it was.
It's a bow.
Yeah, just bow now. They hijacked the rainbow. However, they're doing this. I don't know.
You know, I do know that I've lived in several states and several cities. And
hey, on the level said I remember when there were two sexes. See, I remember that too on the level.
Yeah, Romans 1:22 tells us about these hijackers of the rainbow.
Come on.
Hey, God created male and female, and the psychopaths created all the rest.
Okay, in the Bible, it used to talk about Christ is the head of the man is the head of the woman, and the woman the head of the child, right?
It never said child, I don't think, did it?
There you go. You see it differently than what I used to remember it. I used to remember it saying that the woman was the head of the child, to bring up the child.
Yeah,
that was
I heard
her
that,
job.
I don't think I remember that in the Bible. I remember that the man.
I remember it.
Head of the woman. The woman's the man's helpmate. You know.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, I see the name Nebuchadnezzar as Nebuchadrezzar intermittently changed back and forth throughout the same translation. So, you know, what's the point of all that? But whatever, I don't know.
I don't know. That's not one I've seen, you know. I don't know.
I've said that to Chuck, right, Chuck? If you remember, I said that Nebuchadrezzar, and I'm not talking different translation. I'm talking the same one, a KJV, and it'll say Nebuchadrezzar and Nebuchadnezzar. And I'll call him king each time, so it's not talking about two different people.
You remember this scripture? Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It now reads, woe unto the inhabiters. The spelling of that word changed.
I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that, Ron, at all.
What you remember, habiters?
No, the way you said it first.
Woe unto the inhabitants in 12th chapter of Revelations.
No, I'm saying I agree with what you're saying, the change. I don't remember the change.
Yeah, it has changed. The spelling of it reads habiters now. And the ravenous wolf is now ravening wolf.
That's wild.
It is. That's you can look up the spelling. That's the way it reads now. But yeah. Not everybody's going to see that. Not everybody's going to remember that. Not everybody's going to remember the green on top.
Everybody's going to see some of them.
My sister When I first started talking to her about 6 years ago, she said, and she wouldn't even give me an hour of her time. She thought I was going to fall off the edge of the flat earth. Now I've been talking to her a lot, and she sees the Bible changes.
Did you fall off the edge?
Just about. But the warship turned me around. I couldn't get to Antarctica.
Antarctica. Yeah. You know what? It goes back to, hey, Michelle, play that video about the levels, the steps. There's levels to this truth. And that's the thing about it. You know, when you argue with someone, let's say you're at the 15th level, you've been doing it a long time.
There's my channel. I dropped the link.
That's like arguing with someone that's on the 3rd level. You know, that's like a 12th grader arguing with a 3rd grader. You know, you got to be wise. You got to have the discernment not to argue.
One with your steps. I've seen that. That's a good video.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The staircase of disbelief. If you consider the ability for people, this is what you're talking about, the ability for people to grapple with very controversial parapolitical ideas or with hugely alternative perspectives on, let's say, historical events, globalist politics, metaphysical ideas, just this sense that the great holographic illusions of reality must be encountered if you want to know what's going on. And there's different levels of that. Imagine a staircase that stretches up into the sky, into the clouds, right? And low down on that staircase are certain subject matters where you can take a step on it, a little step. Let's take an easy one. JFK was not assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald, right? So let's say that's step one. So that's a conspiracy that is kind of obvious. And anyone who's just looked at that for 2 seconds thinks, well, he can't have done. It didn't happen like that. There's something else that went on, right? Okay, well done. You've just taken your first step on the staircase. Low down on the staircase, there's some slightly unbelievable ideas, but nevertheless, they are true. And once you've taken a few steps up there, you then start to get the idea that the world is not the way you thought it was. And then you get, let's say, midway on the staircase, 9/11. There's a serious problem on that day. That's a big one. That's kind of midway up the staircase, that 9/11. And it's, as you know, Mel, it's a big one. That it's a world changer for people. So that's a.
If you're talking to someone and they won't talk about 9/11, or if they won't talk about the moon landing, then you don't have anything else to say to them. You know, I mean, they're not ready. They're not even on the first step. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just keep moving on. Just dust the, you know, what does it say? Dust, your sandals off or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's got to be somewhere in everybody's lives that I can't imagine everybody that is awake that doesn't have that wall in their life.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, everybody around me is awake," they're liars. They're liars.
Yeah.
Just imagine, not to interrupt, but those videos that Chuck and Kip shared or whatever it was, Chuck had shared of Rock Uncle. Anyway,
yeah,
it was that
one.
Just imagine if someone stood up in there and talked about, you know, was 9/11 real? That would be great. And some of that big audience stuff and get those.
Oh my God, they would have been dragged out of there by a noose.
Mm-hmm.
Security,
you know,
I don't know why that just came to my brain, but just stuff like that.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, no one talks about it. And we were talking about a wall of just like not being able to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think? What do you guys think about when the buildings blew up? The smoke made like demonic faces. You think that was CGI on purpose, or do you think the smoke actually did that?
I mean, look at that cloud right there. It looks like it's freaking, I don't know. It looks weird.
I know, but there was some smoke. I know you guys seen that where it was like looked like a devil. The smoke on one of the buildings.
If you are a cigarette smoker per se, and you blow smoke, you blow a big cloud of smoke, you can take pictures of that, and it will make
things.
Yes. So I think any type of smoke will form some type of figurine. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
In all my studies of 9/11, I don't remember seeing that face in the smoke anywhere.
But
I definitely do. I remember that one face.
Right, and
Well, Mandela right here. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I wanted to say to Ann's comment, did the Freemasons create the English language? One thing I find funny about English is supposedly it's the hardest language in the world or to learn, but the whole world wants to learn it. Ain't that some wild stuff? But anyway.
I remember seeing it in one of the YouTube videos or one of the videos of it, but other than what was broadcast, there's a lot of truth behind stuff that was not broadcast on 9/11. And just my thinking, it is very, very important for everyone to have a clear understanding of 9/11 and what it was and what it did.
That's never going to happen. So
I know.
That's never going to happen. We can think that we have a clear understanding, but I don't think we all know everything. If that makes any sense.
I got trespassed out of Kroger's that I lived by, was going in there all my life because I was showing people. I kind of got carried away too. Oh, I was taking handfuls of pictures over there and showing people about 9/11, no airplanes. And they called the cops on me, kicked me out of there. I can't go back.
Wow.
So, yeah. This was about 5 years ago, and I ain't been back since. And I live right next to it.
Yeah, well, in the last, any of the elite, Kroger's part of the elite, Walmart, all of them are part of the elite. Anything that's still standing like that, I just say they're not gonna.
They wanted to shut me up. Is Myers a nationwide chain? Myers, kind of like a Walmart, but a higher end. Anybody ever seen any Myers? It's big here in Indiana. But anyhow, that adds up to 33 in numerology. Myers, big store. So yeah, they're all connected.
Yeah, I know Myers very well.
Yeah, adds up to 33.
Yeah.
Call in the old days Stargate event. Once you've moved through that Stargate of that, 1 or 2 years personal study, and it really isn't very difficult to be a quality researcher. It's really not. You need to train yourself. You need to develop discernment. It takes a while, but it's not hard. It really isn't that hard. And when you look at it, you see the staggering problems, particularly all the doctored photographs in Sandy Hook. Big giveaway. Big giveaway. Another one on the midway point. The media is not fair and never has been. Never has been. Once you start to grasp the magnitude of empire, that's not too difficult to get to that, right? And then you get to another one. This is a tough one for some people because we're midway. We're getting higher on the staircase now. Is it possible that we conceive of a situation where all kinds of organizations, is it possible that those groups are actually bad? That they appear to be grassroots uprisings of people wanting equity and justice? Of course. No, wrong. That's not what they are. They've not arisen organically, and they do not represent reality. They are conditioning beacons, and they suck in the unwary and empty them out. They sort of amplify unreality only to create this extended movie, this long play movie that goes on and on and on and on. Fake polarizations, always fomenting division.
So, real quick, I just wanted to say, I know this is kind of stupid, but, the internet was, invented for them to poison our minds, to get a broader band, to really reach out to everybody, to poison our minds. Just, television was the start of it, but yep. Internet was created for exactly that. I'm sure everybody knows that. I had to just say my thoughts because that just came through my head. But anyway,
always exploit.
I would like to make maybe a correction on what I was referring to with 9/11. I was not referring to knowing everything. When I say a good understanding, we know a lot more about what did not happen than what actually did happen. A lot of what actually did happen we'll never know, but we can determine what did happen that we're told happened.
In the weakest members of society, people with nothing, who don't have a chance to sit back and educate themselves, who don't have a chance in hell of that. They have no idea. They are the foot soldiers of those groups. Oh, wow, really? So all that anti-fascism stuff and all those good people who think that that's all garbage. That's right, that's garbage, all of it, all garbage. That's a tough place to be. If you can stomach that, then you get further up, let's say the top parts of the staircase. You know that no one's gone up that staircase. Nobody's done it. You go up further. The Earth is not a sphere. The sun and the moon are not what you think they are. Same size, not far away. There is no gravity. Humans are ensouled children of divine source. And right at the top of the staircase, God is real and loves you. That staircase of disbelief is what allows one person to examine a thing and another person not to examine a thing. You forget, Mel, and I say this tongue-in-cheek, you forget how far you've already come up that staircase over the last 15 years. You forget how many steps you've taken, and you forget what giant cataclysmic paradigm shifts you've had in your own private mind, in your own heart, in your own thoughts, personally in your life, with yourself, with your family, with your friends, with your business, with the audience, with this, with everything. We forget how far we've come. And just for a second, you stop and you look down and you realize you're at the top of the staircase. You're right there thinking, anything's possible. Stair 100. Anything is possible. And there is a lot of people walking around who don't even want to take the first step. They don't want to know. And here's why. If you take step number 1, Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. You have to go to step 100. You have to go all the way up to step 100 in due course. And deep inside, everyone knows that, and they don't want to take that journey because it's hard. It's hard, it's ugly, blood will be spilt, people will be lost, people will disappear, people will laugh at you, people will take business away from you, people will mock you, people may even lock you up. So most people, they hover the foot over that first stair, when you're just about to stand on a stair, and they think, you know what, if I take this first step in due course, in the fullness of time, I might have to go all the way to the top. Flat Earth. I emphasize this point. Every single stair is a question mark. It's not whether this is the case or not. That's a very personal decision. We don't need to objectively agree on anything here. It's a personal journey, a personal staircase. All they are question marks. Flat Earth, there's a lot of big, important questions there. Really, really important questions. Anyone who writes that off needs the brain examining. They need to go back and get the crayons out and start again.
All right, I'm getting my crayons out.
That was a good video, Chuck. I don't know how I missed that one.
You missed it. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Well, think about how these the people that want to control all this too. Remember a few years back they disabled the thumbs down. I remember during, people starting to wake up a little more. I started seeing the thumbs down was nuts. You know what I mean? Like thousands versus the thumbs ups. And all the normal people will go in for their news or whatever, you know what I mean? Would be like, I don't understand why all the thumbs downs, not realizing that the world was being shown something. And this was around 2020. So you all know that. That's when
Hey guys, we're having a really, really bad thunderstorm right now. It's like hail and all kinds of tornado warnings and stuff.
Really?
Stay inside.
Yeah.
Jump in the ditch, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm in the bathtub. I got the mattress over top.
That first
Well,
video.
sometimes mattresses catch fire. Be careful.
Semis.
Or semis catch fire from mattresses.
Yep. It's pretty bad though.
That first video we
I
watched.
might walk outside and show you guys what it looks like.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I will do it. Let's do it. That sounds like a good idea.
Go ahead, Dub.
That first video we watched said you were going to be having some bad weather.
There you go. See?
And
That's
there
why
you
you
are.
promoted it, Chuck.
Oh shoot, my feet are wet. Oh.
Oh no, not your feet.
You live in that
Okay.
very dense area. That video.
My feet are soaking wet now.
Do you have a basement, Chuck?
I don't.
Well, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding.
Man, it's coming down. I gotta go back inside.
Some places down south don't have basements, I didn't think.
No.
Everywhere in Michigan, you don't find a house without one. Every house has a basement.
I just dropped a link to a channel that it's like a weather channel, but it's not. This guy, I watched him for about 3 or 4 hours while the storms were happening last night, and he's pinpointing all these storms right now that you're probably involved with, Chuck. I just dropped a link to that.
Play that, Michelle.
Is it something Hall?
Yeah, I don't see nothing.
I don't see a link. You know what, Ron? Are you modded? Write something in the chat, Ron.
Yeah, write something in chat. It might not be modded.
Yeah, just say hi. Yeah, you're not modded. That's why. Okay. You're modded now, so now you can drop the link.
Now you can drop a link. Yep.
Thank you, my right-hand man. Now you can.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, I do what I can.
That's funny. Oh.
Y'all hear? Man, it is loud. It's like cracking out here. You can't hear it because of my Bluetooth. It like blocks the noise, but it's pretty loud.
Crack-a-lacking.
Our power's blinking on and off. So if I lose power, then it's good knowing y'all.
Lights,
lights
out. Lights out. Just kidding. Right.
This is another picture coming in from the Calvert City area. That one definitely looks a lot more like a tornado. But I still can't.
That's where I'm at.
Can't see the ground.
A new
so
tornado
I don't
warning.
know
Did it just say don't be scared? Is that what it
exactly what we're looking at there, but certainly a very dangerous situation as we have a tornado trying to come together here to the northwest of Calvert City, moving up towards Smithland, Heater, and of course.
Okay, so quick question. Does anybody remember so many tornadoes going through the country all at once? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Hello?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's something crazy every year. Every year it was the hottest year. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Telling you.
Of course, Dykersburg in Kentucky. Yeah, now the
Are you okay, Chuck?
I'm underneath the couch.
Okay. As long as,
I'm just
Get
kidding.
under your desk.
Yeah.
as long as we know you're okay.
All right, I just dropped a link to my Just a Voice 4 channel.
tornadic part of the storm is
All right. That's good. Everybody sub damn.
That's not why I dropped it. Since I've been doing this, not once have I ever asked anybody to like, share, or subscribe. Never in any video.
Well, I'm gonna ask.
We're
everybody,
asking for you. Yeah, we're asking for you.
All right, then I'm still not asking.
but I'm asking sub to my channel. Oh, you guys already sub. Okay, sorry. Just kidding. I'm teasing. No, Ron, just so you know, when people come in my chat, I ask everybody, we haven't mentioned it lately, but you know, anybody that wants to promote their channel, or I think all truth is important, and we're all equal here. So I think the more truth that we get out, the better. So yeah, it's totally 100% okay. Sub to Ron's channel, Just a Voice. Yeah.
I'll promote this guy you got on the screen right now. I watched him last night, and he's good at. He was doing a 3 or 4 state area, and he had a lot of spotters out on the ground reporting to him.
Yeah. I think I've seen him before.
technically outside of the warning polygon, so there's that. And we just got a new tornado warning for our storm south of Henderson, like we said we likely would, because the rotation has started to pick up a little bit here as it's coming over towards Givens and Wanamaker. Another view, man.
Your Honor, Chris, it looks like our Calvert City storm is trying to undergo a hook handoff, very LP hook over Calvert City right now.
Yeah, low precipitation hook over Calvert City. This is where, a lot of, so there's a couple different areas of rotation now with our Calvert City storm. There's this one, which might have been an original area of rotation that is occluding now, and I think that's where most of our pictures and videos have been coming from. But a new mesoscale or a mesoconvective, a mesocyclone handoff is happening right over Calvert City, where we see more convergence between inbound and outbound winds over here. So I think we're going to see a new, tornado form with this area of rotation as it goes up towards Luca. And we're talking about a storm in Kentucky right now, but we have several other storms. We continue to have a tornado-producing storm moving over towards Horseshoe, Illinois. We also have a tornado-producing
tornado
storm
warning
moving
has been
towards
issued.
Morganfield and Spring Grove in Illinois. We have another, and that's actually in Kentucky. We have another storm capable of producing a tornado moving into Seabury and Niagara, Kentucky. That's not all. We have another storm capable of producing a tornado moving into Williamsville, Missouri. And this is one of those pictures of the occluding tornado I think, that is occurring near Carter's City, Calvert City in Kentucky. All right. So this is the lowering that was associated with that. Another tornado is likely going to form right in here between Calvert City and Grand Rivers and go up towards Cuttawa.
Okay, Chuck, we're checking in on you. Are you okay?
He's still under the couch.
Chuck! I'm just kidding. Chuck! I'm just kidding. Stay inside. Go in your ditch. Do something.
Are you hollering at me? I'm good. I had it muted.
Okay. We're just checking in on you.
I appreciate it.
We're going through Kentucky right now, so
I'm nowhere near Kentucky.
Yeah, I know. I'm more concerned about you than Kentucky at this point. I'm just kidding.
I appreciate it.
But let's see here. So we can watch that channel. We're not going to watch it all night long. There was a couple of videos that I think I got from On the Level. Freemason Bible, the King James Master Reference Edition, Masonic. The Masonic Holy Bible. That would be interesting. What do you guys think? Hello?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Come on. All right. Let's try the Holy Bible from the Masonic Holy Bible. We'll try that. The one that I could have got at the garage sale that I didn't pick up. Oh, no, let's see what oh no. We're gonna have there's reading. Who's gonna be the reader? I don't know.
All right.
All right. There you go. Start away.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the Master Mason Bible, a book originally compiled by the Jewish masters for the management of Goyim Masons. This copy was purchased from a seller on eBay for $16 and scanned for the convenience, among other things. It promotes John the Baptist as a patron saint of Freemasonry in red letters and confusing stories or parables of the heretical Jews, sons of the esoteric god of Freemasonry. A talking, burning bush fire. This is a version used in many Masonic and initiation rites. If the Luciferian Brotherhood of Freemasonry is so infiltrated with the scriptures, which were originally penned by satanic Jews, perhaps it may be worth considering the Bible is not what people think it is. Before its complete corruption, the Catholic Church held this belief and ordered the Bible to be kept from the priest because it might be interpreted incorrectly. But today, in the time when these dogmatic warnings aren't taken seriously anymore, the Masonic scriptures have overtaken Catholic dogmas as authoritative teaching of the Catholic religion and have caused all of the followers to worship the beast exactly as prophesied.
Just dropped a link to a very good, it's about a 6-minute video about the Masonic Bible, and you don't have to read. I posted this years ago, and I just went and looked it up again. Check that one out if you can.
Chuck's like, yay, I don't have to read.
I know, yeah. I'm telling our power's blinking on and off. It's weird.
Well, you're kind of fading in and out.
It's weird. It's bad here.
Yeah. And just like when Dub and I were in the shed, we were like, "Can you hear me?" All stupid. Not saying that you're stupid, Chuck. I'm just saying we were.
Yeah, sure.
And now that I look back at it, I'm like, I'm going to record this, even though we're in the dark. Let's see. We'll take that one out. We'll put this one in.
I can tell it's a King James version. No, we don't have more. No. Yeah, Mason Bible, totally demonic. Well, for Masonic use, so they've got alternate definitions of words. But what really shocked me the first time I picked this up, sun god, Ra, Amen, the Father of God, the Creator, published in the Freemason Bible, which is, near as I can tell, it's a King James version. People like Jordan Maxwell and the woman who made Ring of Power, they try and mix up language and they say, oh, well, when you say Amen at the end of a prayer, you're really, this is who you're saying your prayer to, Amen Ra. Well, that's a lie. No, Amen is Hebrew for so be it, or it is so. So be it, or something. I think like it's so be it. It's Hebrew. Talk to anyone who's Hebrew and say, what does Amen mean? And they'll say, well, it is so. And that's the truth. That's why we say Amen at the end of a prayer, because it's Hebrew for so be it. I think it's so be it. But these liars are trying to convince everyone that you're praying to Amen Ra, the sun god. That's the mystery religions. They mix in all these lies and pagan sun worshiping, trying to corrupt and pervert everything. So the Christian halo comes from these. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the halo never appeared. Never in the Bible says anything about anything like that. Until the fourth century. Yeah. And so we've got all this Babylonian crap mixed in here. And there's an obelisk. Well, that was Osiris's penis. That's worship for fertility. Phallic worship. Yeah. Yeah, and the Washington Monument, it's an Egyptian obelisk. There's one at the middle of St. Peter's Square in the Vatican. There's another one in the middle of the city of London. These Egyptian obelisks, what are they doing all over the planet? The Oval Office is actually a female genitalia. Yeah. The steeple is actually penetrating it. If you look at it from a certain angle, it's a steeple penetrating the Oval Office, which is a female. You just need to watch Christian J. Pinto's are about the history and blah, blah, blah. But then you flip to the back, and there's all this Egyptian, Babylonian account of the building of the walls and temples of Babylon. I think it's interesting that Saddam Hussein actually believed that he was Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. He thought he was a reincarnation of Nebuchadnezzar.
How you doing, Chuck? We're just checking in on you.
I'm good.
All right. Just making sure you're okay. You still underneath your bed?
Yeah, I'm still crawling into the tub.
Okay. Just making sure.
There's even a statue in Iraq that says that.
See how he's bigger than all the others? It's because he's the god, and they're the people who are worshiping the giant Nephilim gods from back in the day.
These are given to initiated when they're reborn. Okay. Now this belonged to Brother Edward Black. Was initiated November 10th, 36. He passed and then was raised.
Oh my God! Whoa!
And when you're raised, means you're reborn. That was 1936. This guy was initiated. And then
Hey, press pause real quick. So basically what they're saying is that video that Kip had the other day with the initiation where the guy was killed and he passed away, is that what that was, an order of events in there? Because the guy didn't really pass away because it said he was born again. And,
Yeah.
you remember that, right?
Yeah.
In that video where they went and buried a guy in the wood chips or whatever. And yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, then when they raise him to another degree.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I don't know if you missed it when you. I'm not used to the delay, but somewhere in there he says the Bible actually starts on the 33rd page where the scriptures start. Imagine that.
Yeah. I came across a Freemason Bible at a estate sale.
You should have got it.
I almost got it because it had the yeah. Almost got it. I so regret it. But I passed it over because I don't know. I just felt, I don't know, the evil in it. So I just passed it over for some reason. But yeah, I should have got it.
Nothing's evil in it. So you could have prayed over it.
They claim it doesn't matter what kind of Bible. It could be a Quran or any kind of Bible, as long as there's a Bible on their altar.
Yeah.
Visiting brethren and friends. Lodge number 231-669. And the names. The names of the lodges and the numbers of the lodges. This is the guy who raised them, fellow candidates. I guess that's witnesses, I don't know. But these are supposed to be returned upon death. And I guess what happened was that this guy passed away, and whoever was handling his estate just dropped off a bunch of books at the used bookstore, not realizing that this was contained within and the significance of it. So I'm not supposed to have this, but the person at the used bookstore knew it would be appreciated and set it aside. It's got the compass and square right on the front. It's blue. It's got a blue cover, and it's got the compass and square right on the front. It says Freemason Masonic Bible. That's what it says. This is copyrighted 1928. And it opens up.
It's hailing
with the
pretty
Holy
bad.
Bible and Freemasonry.
Y'all see that?
And explain.
It's hailing?
It's hailing, yeah. Can you see it?
We're hearing it. We see darkness.
Darkness. It's pretty bad.
Do you have a tornado warning?
Yeah.
They told us like 5 minutes. They were like, take cover. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, take cover. Coming down Fairbanks. We live off of this road, Fairbanks. And they're like, it's coming towards Fairbanks. I was like, how can you get any closer than that? I was like, okay, let's take cover.
It's thundering like crazy out there. You can't hear. I'm on a noise canceling mic, so you can't hear it at all.
Right. Is it raining hard?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's hailing and raining and everything. So hey guys, if I'm on CNN tomorrow, it's real. Hey, it's real. Okay.
We have to be our own media, Chuck.
Oh, well.
We have to do it.
We got storms the next 3 days starting tonight at 10 p.m. That's thunder and lightning at 10 p.m. and yep, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I just looked at the radar. We got a whole line of them in Illinois getting ready to cross into Indiana. I mean, they're doing something.
Well, like I said earlier, I don't remember all these tornado weather, you know. I don't know if we've ever followed them closely. I mean, I don't know. But it seems like it's crazy, like in Texas and Arkansas and Oklahoma and Illinois. Yeah, it's like crazy.
I can't find a video, but I did see one about a week ago where they shooting lasers into a storm and getting it to rotate. Now, if you believe that or not, I believe they can do it.
They say it's impossible in New Mexico, but I've known of a tornado going right through the city, not like, you know, like touching down or anything, but they say it's impossible in New Mexico since it's all desert for a tornado to go through there.
Well, how about the floods in Saudi Arabia and that other country over there in the desert? The desert's flooding out. This was just a couple of weeks ago.
But, and I'm not saying it's not real.
Yeah.
We know what we see, but you know, think of it this way: the news, they're showing us all the war in Israel and Gaza and all that.
How about Ukraine? Have you seen any?
No.
I keep looking.
So they're going to show the United States, oh, there's a war. Can you imagine what they're showing in Israel? They're probably not showing anything. You know, I mean, it's just, it's that crazy, I think. Yeah, everything is controlled. So it's like, you know, everybody should really understand that they're not going to show crap in China and Korea and all that. They're not going to let nothing out unless they really want to put it out. But
Because,
you know what I mean?
Because they're all controlled by the tribe.
Right.
You know who the tribe is.
Explain. Explain. The elite, the ones that are on your picture.
Yeah, I can't say they're
The ones that is on your avatar.
yeah, the true origin of where they came from. The country doesn't exist anymore, but it's now called Ukraine. If you know what I mean.
I don't know.
Where they came from originally.
Think for Yourself says it's all controlled by the Native Americans.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I would dispute that one.
The tall hats.
Small hats, tall hats.
How they get that little thing to stay on the back of their head? Do they glue it?
Velcro.
Velcro. Oh, okay. Okay. Got you.
It's controlled by the Native Americans. All the U.S. helicopters named after the Native American tribes they conquered. The Army helicopters.
I get it, Megan.
Monuments to themselves.
That's the Birdman 2-minute video. Megan says, I can't be funny all the time. Jeez. Sheesh. I was like, the Native Americans, where's she coming from? I was like, That's funny. He said tribe, yes. So just say it, Ron.
Different kind of tribe. You don't want me to say it. They're Yankees. They've got me on BitChutes. They hate me over there too. Besides YouTube censoring me and giving me hate speech strikes. You know, on BitChutes, when you put up a video, it goes to the all. That's the only way you can gain subscribers. The only way anybody can see your channel. Last 2 days, I've been playing around since YouTube struck me on Just the Voice 5. I've put up a dozen different videos, and not one of them has they shown in the all. Not one. I've got 21 subscribers, and I get maybe 3 or 4 views from one of them 21 subscribers. Tell me about BitChutes. They censor big time. And it's from the tribe because I speak up against them over there. I thought I had free will too, but evidently that's who's running BitChutes because they shut me down. But, you know, what's it matter?
My opinion, I think they're running everything.
They are.
It's not just.
They want people corralled over there so they can know who's who. They want all these controlled channels over there that people are flocking to. They give you a partial truth. You like your Carlson Tuckers and your Alex Joneses. People flock to them. And that's what they want.
Are you saying Alex Jones is not good? I'm just kidding.
Who had a golden opportunity to speak up about that?
I'm just kidding.
The hooky hook, you know?
I'm like, but Alex Jones is the most biggest truther that I know. I'm just kidding.
I bought his crap when I first started learning things. And now look how many people they flock to him.
Of course. It's so funny because let me tell you guys a story about Alex Jones. So, InfoWars.
Is it a fairy tale?
No, it's a true story. It's about me, and I was sub, I was sub to InfoWars, and I followed them, and boy, I was just like, Alex is the man. This is before I was, waking up. I was in the process. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. So this is a story that so Chuck had to leave, just so you guys know. He has to get up early. And he had to go. But anyway, so I was subscribed and I was buying their supplements. I was just, crazy stuff. And I remember waiting on an order, and it took forever, and and I'm like, where's my order? I spent quite a bit of money, like an idiot. And I'm fighting back and forth with their customer service, and I used to comment on some of their their videos they would post and stuff, like their band videos and stuff. And I posted something, and I didn't even say nothing really controversial about George Floyd, but I kind of said the truth. And I spent like probably over $500, with, and I subscribed for a long time, and they banned me from commenting, and they're supposed to be like the biggest, censored platform, and he got knocked off of this and being censored, and they censored me and knocked me off their platform. I was like, that woke me up to Alex Jones quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
You mentioned George Floyd. Who put the stopwatch on that and timed it for 8 minutes and 46 seconds or 47? Whichever it is, 8 minutes, 46 seconds, I believe, right?
That's what they said,
but wasn't that isn't that the difference between the towers coming down?
Exactly. That's where I was going with that. That's when the supposed first plane hit the first tower at 8:46 in the morning, a.m.
Yeah.
I watched a couple articles because yesterday was the 4th anniversary of the event of George Floyd. And now one of them was saying over 9 minutes. Another one says 10 minutes. They're changing the time of that.
I've heard I originally heard the 8:46, and then I heard the 9:09, I think, or 9:06.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're changing the time.
Yeah.
People caught on to that.
But I could time it and see exactly how long it shows.
What's funny, that was
on the said neck.
I'm sure anybody can time it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a green screen behind them too. You know that. There was people walking by that didn't even pay any attention to that cop with the supposed cop.
Right.
There's our
guy went
friend
by.
Alex Jones. If you got that, we can see that, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then over here, I decided to type in those two words that got said in the beginning, InfoWars and Alex Jones, and they mean the same thing down here. It's pretty weird.
Wow.
So right here, 6:30 and 105. And then if we just go back, 6:30 and 105 for Alex Jones. And at the bottom, his name appears on both things. First of all, the top and the bottom. You got Neuralink, Internet, 9/11, stuff like that. And then we got that. Hold on, I'm gonna type this in here. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
See, look at that. The other way.
Wow.
So there's your friend Alex Jones, the guy who said he had schizophrenia.
Are you saying he's bad, Brian?
I'm saying he's one of those guys that worships money. Yep, that's why he had to pay out $1 billion that he didn't have, supposedly. Yeah.
He paid out $33 billion. Is that what you're saying?
Whatever it was.
What was I going to say? What the hell was his name? I don't know who you're referring to. Alex Jones is where he.
Golly, doesn't come to me right now.
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks, got it. Yes.
Look up Bill Hicks, please.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're
Hold on a
fine.
sec.
I couldn't think of it fast enough.
Yeah. Bill Hicks.
Once you can see the bull crap, you can't unsee it. I'm telling you, Tracy.
We'll do them both here and the other one. Nothing there. InfoWars. New Age begins. Whoops. Bill Hicks.
Let me look at it.
That word. I've seen this word in research. All right. Got a lot of noise in the background.
It's okay. We're used to it. Matrix. The Matrix.
Yeah, that's Bill Hicks. Welcome to the Matrix.
There you
And
go.
then Alex Jones and all the 33. And then InfoWars was 33 back here, if we remember, in Chaldean. And then Alex Jones the other way. And Pythagoras. Boom. But anyway, yep.
Ugh.
Bill Hicks, 15-minute cities.
Oh my God! Don't even say. Wow.
I think a lot of people start off with Alex Jones, and
That's
I
who I
think
started.
most of the people we have here are probably people that have graduated from Alex Jones.
You know, Danny, OMG, you just finally got here. I was like, where are you? But anyway, are you a Alex Jones or a Bill Hicks fan, Danny? We want to know what side you're on. 15 minutes to destroy. Come on,
You
Danny.
know, I actually, just like someone else was talking about, it was you, Michelle, right? You paid in money somewhere,
Contact with the ground.
voiced your comment.
It might even be doing damage to that prison.
That's weird. I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah.
That Weather Channel I just linked you a while ago, I went back and looked at that, and he's showing a major tornado on the ground in Kentucky right now.
And right now,
Which one was it?
I'll drop the link again.
Let me see. No, I found it.
Outside of the warning polygon that still has the rotation here, just to the east of New Liberty, crossing over Luca Road, moving up towards Heater and Pickneyville. Now, Heater and Pickneyville, you're under an official tornado warning. I think what's happening here, though, is we've got that tornado happening. I think it's still happening.
This is Chris. A spotter just reported a tornado on the ground on the northern occluding side of our storm there in Kentucky.
Yeah, so there's a tornado here getting ready to cross the road and on Highway 453. But there is also a new tornado forming. I don't want anybody to forget this, near Gilbertsville to the east of Calvert City and Lake City. That will likely become the dominant tornado as it moves up towards Lake City and Suwanee and Cuttawa in Kentucky. Chandra, just remind me when to go to that whenever it's got something on it. If you're just now tuning in, we have 10 tornado warnings, 22 severe thunderstorm warnings. We are in the middle of a tornado outbreak here. We've had several large damaging tornadoes throughout portions of Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky. We're getting ready to see those move into Indiana as well, portions of Tennessee. The area that we are most focused on right now is right in here. This is where the ingredients are most favorable for tornadoes right now. And that's just kind of where we're focused on. There's going to be strong storms that happen up here. There's going to be some strong storms that maybe even happen a little bit farther south than that. But right here in the middle, that's where the best favorability, the best conditions are going to be for tornadoes for the next little bit. By the way, that newest tornado warning that just came across your screen is going to be for Louisville, Illinois.
See that one down there in the right-hand corner? Is that where Chuck is?
What happened? Can anybody hear me?
I can. When he was on there before, is it me or is everything glitching out? But it showed over down there toward the Carolinas a tornado warning in the red box. Might have been about where Chuck is.
I was muted the whole time. I sat there talking to you guys for like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh, talking to Brian, talking to you. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. That's so dumb. But we've been on here for about over 3 hours. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night.
Thanks for putting up with me for 3 hours.
No, you're good, Ron.
Maybe I'll make somebody see a change or two.
It's been a pleasure. It really has. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Doug Wilkinson. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I'm sorry some of you got here late. You know, you're going to have to go back and watch it. Thank you, Megan, everybody, for popping in. Danny, you guys were late comers. But we're just BSing pretty much. And yeah. Love everybody being here. I hope everybody has a really wonderful week. Hang in there. You know, we got to ride the ride and go with it all. And I just love you guys. And like I said, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Chuck. I hope everything is okay with you. Doug Wilkinson and everybody in the chat, you guys have a good week. And we will see you next week.
And they are messing with the weather.
Yes, they are. And we know that.
Down the road.
And my kitty just jumped on the desk where the computer is. It's like, hey, pick me, pick me. All right. Love you guys. Take care. God bless. And we will see you next week. Bye.